the time of my life. I felt like pamper bitch, to be honest. I felt like I was the celebrity, like I was the one being well taken care of. So yeah, there's nothing about this trip that I can say I did not like. I liked everything. I liked everything. And if you want to see pictures, girl, go online. If you want to book a vacay, go to Reset by Design Wellness. And trust me, you are not going to be disappointed. Not at all. Ain't no way. Loved every minute of it. Thank you so much, Reset by Design Wellness. Thank you so much, Bondi, for giving us all that opportunity. And I hope to see you all on the next trip. Come on in. Come on in. Come on in. Not come on in. Not come. Sorry, y'all. Y'all know I'm weird. Whatever.
Hey everybody, what's up? It's your girl BondyBlue. So let's go ahead. Let's go ahead. Hey everybody, what's up? It's your girl BondyBlue. Okay, follow me on Instagram and let's get into the video. Right?
Hey everybody, what's up? Hold up. Hi. What's going on, everybody? It's your girl BondyBlue, and I'm back for another BondyBlue show. All right. I hope y'all are seeing and hearing me clearly and all of the things. Let me move some shit around, y'all. Okay, yeah, I need to be able to see what's going on. Couldn't see what was going on over there. What's going on, everybody? Hi. Happy Tuesday. Okay. All right. So we have a plethora of things to discuss. When I tell y'all, it's so much mess. It's so much mess right now. I was like, girl, if you don't get up and make a video. Ooh, Lord. Okay. If you don't get up and make a damn video and talk about some of this shit. Thank you. Y'all, I went and got my hair colored. And I still haven't done anything to it. That's why I ain't do nothing to my hair, y'all. Okay. I added a little moisturizer and put my, and kept my damn beanie on until I'm ready to go outside. Then I'll take it off. Because, I don't want to sweat it out. Then I'm going to go take a walk today. I'm trying to decide whether I'm going to take a walk or I'm going to the gym. I don't know. But, girl, it's a bunch of stuff to get into. Okay? So we're going to get into it. All right? So, where do I want to start? We might as well start with Lil Nas X and get him out the way. I don't know what's going on. I do know what's going on. I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. I see y'all in the comments. Okay. Before I even get into the logistics of it, I'm going to just go ahead and tell y'all how I feel about the fact that Lil Nas X got arrested. The fact that Lil Nas X is now facing felony charges for battery of a police officer. I hate the way I want to laugh at this situation because all I can think about is that scene from Meteor Man where they touch the book about Runway, and Meteor Man and the head of the Golden Lords start walking back and forth down the street, voguing and shit. Cover girl, work it girl, do your thing. Do y'all remember that? Well, when Lil Nas X was walking down the street naked, having his Martin Lawrence moment, I wanted to laugh. And I you know what I mean? I wanted to laugh. Hold up, y'all. Okay, that's a little bit. I'm like, wow, look a little bit too blown out. Like, not that fucking light skin. My God. Okay. Yeah. All I could think about was that scene, the way he was walking, you're coming to the party. You messed up. You know what you did. Like, it was fucking funny. That's the part that was funny to me, right? Like him in general. However, of course, I feel like this is sad. Of course, I feel like Lil Nas X is, a younger, young man who experienced a lot of success. He's a barb, so he's a troll. You know what I mean? So that tells me that no matter how great you are, there are, insecurities inside of yourself that will cause you to plummet down a hole to spiral once you are no longer attaining the same amount of success as you once did. This happens to people all the time. Like people, even when people go viral, you go viral and then you start chasing a high of going viral again. And I think, and what that means, the success of that. And I think that's what he's going through. Like the fact that it's hard to reach that same amount of success. Like that's what I feel like we're seeing here with him. And I think it's sad. I think it's really sad. And I am praying for the best. I hope that he does not get so caught up in the self-sabotage and self-destruction that he gets so far gone he can't come back. Because we've seen it over and over and over again. I don't know why Alexander O'Neal comes to mind. If you were here tonight, all night, by my side, you were with me now. Listen to that shit when I listen. I'm a thug, okay? When I work out, that's the type of shit I listen to. I listen to slow jams, okay? When I work out, only a real, I say, real serious, real deal, ridiculous gangster motherfuckers listen to slow jams when they work out. The industry baby rapper, whose legal name is Montero Lamar Hill, was found early Thursday morning in the Studio City area on Ventura Boulevard, according to Public Information Officer Charles Miller. Upon arrival, the suspect charged at officers and was taken into custody. He was transported to a local hospital for a possible overdose and placed under arrest for battery on a police officer, Miller said. Lil Nas X is being held in the Valley Jail in Van Nuys. And this was...
Hey, don't be late to the party tonight.
Where at?
You know where it's at.
You know where.
Go ahead, babe. No. Go ahead, babe. No. Didn't I tell you?
I'm sorry. That's a fucking meme right there. You know where it is. Na. Go ahead, babe. Go ahead. Child, that is a meme waiting to happen. Then why am I thinking about the meme with the dude with the underwear on and he on the skates? Like, why I'm thinking about that? Na. Listen. I just want I want the young man to be okay. But this is when shit gets sad. Why are you ass naked outside?
Because my money ain't. Let me get this straight. Wait, I'm the rookie? But my features and my shows 10 times as paid. 50K for a verse, no album out.
Oh my God. Money so tall that my parks gotta climb it. Sitting in the Middle Eastern climate. Wind it. Listen. Like, I don't know how it's fucked up. It's fucked up. But it's also really, really funny. It is fucked up, y'all. It is. I am worried.
Okay. So 28 people versus Marrero Hill, case number 25 BWCF 0, Rose grade 89. So appearing with the defendant is Christine O'Connor.
That's correct, Your Honor.
And Mr. Rudy for the people. I would disclose to both sides. I believe I observed, as did thousands of others, what led up to this arrest. I did not observe the arrest. And apparently there was nothing filed on the events that of the defendant's actions prior to the police arrival. I just want both sides to know that. So
I'm bothered by this because I feel like if he's under the influence and you knew to take him to a hospital, why are y'all still charging him with battery on a police officer if he was obviously not in his right mind? Like, this is ridiculous. He's facing up to 12 years for a felony battery charge on a peace officer as a maximum of 3 years. What the cop look like? Did the cop really get beat up? Because if you really beat the cop up, you know, it is what it is at this point. But if, you know, like, what did he do? Like, come on. Like, and I'm not saying Lil Nas X can't fight. I'm just saying, like, what actually happened?
Okay. She's gonna be all right. She's gonna be all right. Shit. That was fucking terrifying. That was terrifying. That was a terrifying last 4 days. But your girl is gonna be all right.
Y'all think he just did this for publicity? Y'all think that? I need to see some type of, you know, drug testing. That's what I want to see. I want to see some type of drug testing, child. I want to know. I want to know. Because listen, absolutely a stunt queen. Absolutely a stunt queen. But this doesn't look, I don't know. I could be wrong, y'all. They do anything for clout these days. But I also feel like, y'all, even wanting to do something like this for clout, for attention, even that still, something is not right up here. Like sometimes I think that people feel like, oh, they're just doing it for clout, as if that means that the person is intentional, therefore, well, no. Some of the things that people choose to use for clout are merely an extension of the truth about them. The things that you are willing to do in order for fame, the things you are willing to do for attention, the things you are willing to do. Like, I'm just saying, like, it still tells me something is not right. But yes, somebody is giving. Yes, I am much more feeling like we're seeing when a young person in the entertainment industry has high highs and low lows because it is an unsafe environment. So I'm more inclined to believe that the young man is having a hard time right now, because most people his age in the industry with those types of circumstances have a hard time. If they make it really big and then their career goes downhill, or if they have people in their family that don't mean them well, you know, anything can really cause emotional mental break under the pressure of what you build for yourself as a celebrity. Like making it so big with, you know, Old Town Road and all of that shit, like that's a height. That was a extreme high. And I imagine at some point when you have to come down from that, it gets hard not to be able to get back up. Yes, also might be in debt. It's, you know, if he didn't make good decisions, there are so many things that could be happening internally that will cause him to be out here spazzing. You know what I'm saying? Oh, I also saw there's a new thing on here where y'all can hype me up. I'm gonna need for y'all to hype me up. Like, come on, like, bitch, bestie, hype me up. Hype me up. I'm gonna need for y'all to hype me up.
Oh, yes. Yes. Oh, yes. Yes, get my good side. Every side. Yes. Boom, cat town.
Bend and snap. Okay.
Sean Bankhead taught me that one. Yeah. Hey. Yeah. Woo. Nah. Hey, don't be late to the party tonight.
Where at?
You know where it is. You know where it's at. I'm sorry, y'all. This part right here is gonna live rent free in my mind. You know where it's at.
Go ahead, babe. No. Go ahead, babe. No. Didn't I tell you to put the phone down? Uh-oh, somebody's gonna have to pay for that. Da. Hey, for everybody coming to the party. La. Yes, I am serving you. I am serving you. And you better be at that party tonight. Oh, yes. Yes. Oh, yes.
I'm going to the party. I don't know what's going on at the party. I'm going to the party. I'm not going to the party, y'all. It's not my scene. But I am here for all of the energy. I'm not even gonna lie. It's low-key hilarious. I just want him to be okay after. We all get real fucked up sometimes, okay? We all get real fucked up sometimes, okay? Sometimes, okay? Lil Nas X family is reportedly planning on an intervention. A source speaking to the Daily Mail says the rapper's relatives are concerned that some of his newer friends may be exploiting him financially. Obviously, it was a friend recording him and not a random person. Nas doesn't feel that he can trust many people from his past because they tried to exploit him financially. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. But some of those people suspect his new friends can't be trusted either. He's been hanging around some seedy characters in LA who some people suspect have been leeching off of him and living in his house. The source added that his career struggles are also taking a toll. His career has been going down here for a while and it's affected him. Amid these concerns, the insider noted that Lil Nas X family wants to step in and stage an intervention. The news comes after Lil Nas X was arrested for battery on a police officer walking around in underwear and cowboy boots. Yes. All right. I blame Beyonce for him being naked in cowboy boots. I'm just saying. Okay. I feel like, Beyonce got people wearing cowboy boots that were never wearing them before. I blame Beyonce for this. I'm joking. Okay. Just in case I have to tell anybody. Oh my God. I'm going to just say this. So I pretty much kind of assumed the situation, right? Your family and friends who you've known all of your life turned into leeches and people you couldn't trust. And so now you're lonely once you've kind of pushed those people away from you. So now you start befriending other people that seem like they might be more on your wave, but essentially those people are just trying to use you too. Yeah, I know how that feels. And the thing about it is it's lonely. It's really, really lonely. And I think that's where the drugs come in. And that's where being okay with being around people that you know don't mean you well, but it feels good just to have people around you. I think that's what's happening here. Just my opinion, child. But I'm gonna pray for him. Speaking of niggas that, should be prayed for, if that's how, I use my religion, but I don't like to waste my religion like that. Y'all be out here wasting y'all religion all over the place. All right. And I feel like I have a finite number of points when it comes to my religion, and I can't be giving them away to everybody, which means I'm not praying for everybody. Okay. Ain't nobody praying for me. Listen, I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck. I'm ready to die for this shit. Nigga, look, I'm sorry, y'all. Kendrick is really a bitch. Bitch people, Gemini people. Future. Pluto is out here looking like everything that he's put those women through. It is really amazing to see. I don't know why the comments aren't showing up, but the reason why I saved this post is because I wanted to read some of the comments that people were saying about Future and his new look. To me, it looks like when your locks have started to pull your hair out because your hair is starting to weaken because you have male pattern baldness. And what happens is like your hair gets thinner. So your locks are always like falling out, especially if you don't take care of your hair. And y'all know even rich men don't take care of their hair. Like even rich men don't take care of themselves. Like they have to be made to take care of themselves. They're not going to just, stay true to a regimen. Okay. Somebody said granddaddy for sure. Looking like Grady from Sanford and Son. Now, why would they say Morgan Freeman? He does give Morgan Freeman in this first picture right here. Like, what you looking at, Nick? Okay. What else? It's giving I don't see my kids. Yes, and if you don't do right by them kids, everything you think about gonna fail. He's looking real dusty. One thing for sure, he won't be having any more babies. Oh my God. It's giving back to the future. Straight pop. Oh, wow. Trolling his ex-girlfriends is stressful. Yes, it seems as if trolls, they really don't be doing that well. You know, it seems that they be having so much fun trolling all the time. And then boom, bow, shapow, it's sucking from their life force energy. They're looking like a child of Salem. This what happens when you can't work with Drake anymore. Oh, wow. Oh, wow. Is that what happens? Because Drake looks crazy as fuck, too. Just because Drake is reverting back to being a Bebe's kid doesn't mean that he's doing better. Like, have you seen him? He has, like, barrettes and plaits in his hair right now. He's not doing much better, ma'am. Where'd you get that from? He looks 80 years old. Bring back the locks. See, no, that's the thing. He can't bring back the locks. He can't. Must be for the video/song project. There's no other explanation. Yes, there is. I'm gonna bring something to you guys' attention that you may have missed, because I feel like people really devalue how self-expression actually works versus how they think about it. Okay, self-expression is basically you choosing to do certain things with your personhood, hair, nails, skin, anything you could change about yourself. You will do it as a reflection of what you are going through internally. Correct? Okay. Here. Okay. Let me see if I can find it. Because there are so many examples of this. And now I'm mad that it's hard for me to find when it was up here the other day. It was just up. Here you go. All right, I'm about to show y'all something. Y'all ready? Boom. Do y'all see Young Merlot over here, aka Lil Scrappy, BKA Daryl? Do y'all see Daryl over here with this specific cockatoo? Chanticleer. Do y'all see what's going on with this nigga's hair right here? He was going through something. Chanticleer. He was going through something. Okay. He was out here looking for Bam. Okay. All over the place, looking for the Bam. Going through a tough time. Blind tips take you back here. Okay. Hold up. One more. What's this nigga name, boy? Hold up. Okay, because I just like I like to come with sources sometimes. Let's see. Boom. Share this tab. Another example. This is Ray J. And Wendy Williams. And I told y'all, clock it. If you know me, you've been watching me for a long time. Y'all remember what I told y'all? This was a problem when I said this is not a good sign when I saw it. Ray J has orange hair. Do you see this? Do you see orange hair and Wendy Williams? Ever since then, downhill for Wendy Williams and him. Ever since then, both of these people have seemed less lucid than they were before this picture. Okay, hold up. I'm going to take you back over here. So again, hair color, less lucidity. Future. One more. Just one more. Because I thought about it. Hold up. Did I forget it? No, I thought about it. Okay. All right, let's see. Which one do I want to choose? Ooh. And there's so many to choose from here. And this is just in general. Chris Brown in general is usually not going through, like, he's temperamental. We know something wrong because he always end up knocking motherfuckers over the head with bottles, which tells me he can't control his emotions. And this man colors his hair more than any other R&B star ever. Okay? There is always, always, look how crazy. Look how crazy. And I know y'all love him. I know a lot of y'all love him to death. Y'all think because y'all think he's Michael Jackson and shit. I know y'all think that Kanye's Michael Jackson and shit. Oh, we want to look up some other ones? Oh, not y'all putting them in the comments. Kanye Tutter, blonde hair, boom pow, bagow. Listen, it's not what you do, it's the way you do it. It's not what you do, it's the way you do it. Ain't nothing wrong with people coloring their hair, y'all. Don't misunderstand me. But when people need to self-express in such a manner, something's amiss. Something's wrong. And I'm talking about men, not women. I had this hair color. Okay? I had this hair color. Not talking about us. This is a normal thing for women. When men start doing shit like this, niggas is going through a metamorphosis. Okay? And usually they are having a hard time at life. No. Don't use Dennis Rodman. Don't use Dennis Rodman. Don't use Cisco. Don't use them. They were, for the most part, always like that. Y'all can't use people that Nick Cannon, that's a good one. But see, I feel like y'all can't use Cisco because you don't remember when Cisco didn't have blonde hair. That's always been him. That's not a switch up. We are talking about switch ups. Yeah. Okay, Cisco can still do flips on stage. Cisco is okay. Then I like the way. I don't think you heard me. Nigga still singing. And listen, I'm going to leave y'all with this because y'all brought it up. I'm blaming y'all for this because y'all brought this shit up. Y'all brought this shit up. This was y'all. This wasn't me. I was going to leave him out of it. I wasn't even going to mention little Tink over here. Sucking all of the sperm out of his body and impregnating all of the light skins. All of the racially ambiguous girls he can find. Look at him in his Hotep stage. Isn't that funny, y'all, that there's like an archetype of personality? Like he's just like Dr. Umar. That's just like, don't be a menace to South Central while drinking your juice in the hood. Do y'all remember? Do y'all remember that? The Hotep brother? The one that was in the dashiki? Y'all remember? Chris Spencer played him. Can you play him, my beautiful Nubian queen? Can you tap that white girl right there for me? Hoteps loved them. A trailer park white woman. Or anything other than a black woman. Young Jock, that's a good one. That's a good one, but we have to end it here because I have to move on. But we could do this forever with niggas that are going through issues and they real life. And now they coloring their hair. And I'm just trying to explain to everybody that these subtle changes in appearance are indicative of something going on in the inner world. And that's what we're going to end on that. Let's continue on. All right, y'all. Thank y'all for coming through today. I hope y'all having a good day. So let's get into so many things. My God, I'm trying to decide where I want to go because I feel like I want to go to Cardi next. Yeah, let's go to Cardi. So first of all, let's start with the fact that Cardi is currently today in somebody's courtroom.
When you were at the building and Cardi B exited the elevator on February 24th, 2018, what were the words that she used that were so hurtful?
She used a lot of words. And again, excuse my language, but she was like, bitch, that's why I'm gonna beat your ass. I'm gonna get you fired. That's why you do security. Ah, that's why you do security. Ah, she was sticking her tongue out. She was flailing her arms up and down. She was jumping up and down. Body shaming me. I mean, racial slurs, just a lot.
Okay. Now, in case you were wondering how the hell we got here, besides the fact that Cardi B is immature and doesn't know how to control her emotions, but when we say that shit, y'all call us haters. But how many times you gonna end up in court looking like an Italian mob boss? Hold up.
And to be clear, this incident is completely unrelated to the Vegas mic throwing incident. So let me fill you in on what happened. So
that's another case. And this don't have nothing to do. They already settled when she got in a fight with the strippers that was trying to fuck Offset. That's why you don't fight over dick. Because you won't even be in love with the dick no more and still dealing with ramifications of shit you do. Everybody that always promoting crashing out, y'all got to stop crashing out to a degree where you put yourself in trouble. Because to me, this is a reflection of that. This is a reflection of Cardi B's generation and anybody like her, because it's not just her generation. There's a whole bunch of motherfuckers that don't know how to just take a deep breath and calm the fuck down.
So this incident took place on February 24th, 2018, when Cardi was about 4 months pregnant with her first child. And at this point, she hadn't yet publicly announced the pregnancy, so she was making extra efforts to try to keep the pregnancy a secret, and that included her having appointments on the weekends. Less people, less likely to be seen. So on this particular Saturday, Cardi arrives at the medical office building, and the plaintiff, whose name is Imani Ellis, was working as a security guard at the building. The two of them pass each other as Cardi is getting off the elevator on her floor and Imani is headed toward the elevator. And then here's where things start to get tricky. According to Imani, when she saw Cardi, she said out loud,
"That looks like Cardi B," or "Wow, that's Cardi B."
And while she did have her phone in her hand, Imani says she wasn't talking to anyone on it, nor did she take any pictures or videos of Cardi as she passed her.
Were you using your telephone to take photographs of the defendant when you saw her exit the elevator?
No. After she heard me say her name, she turned back around, and the first thing out of her mouth was, excuse my language, was, "Why the f are you telling people that you see me?" At this time, I tried to calm her down and assure her that I didn't tell anyone that I seen her, and she was extremely upset. Then, excuse my language again, but she said, "Yes, the f you did," and then she put her finger in my face.
Did she have long fingernails?
She did. About 2 to 3 inches long.
So Imani's claim is that Cardi used her long nails to scratch Imani's cheek or her nose or somewhere on her face, and that required her to get plastic surgery. Imani also says that Cardi spit on her and used some racial slurs.
She was like, you fat ass, that's why I'm gonna beat your ass. I'm gonna get you fired. Nigga this, nigga that, ass nigga. That's why you do security. Aha, that's
okay. And it goes on and on and on. Let me just say this. I do feel like this case is some bullshit. I want y'all to know that. I do feel like the case is some bullshit. I feel like the woman has decided that she wants to get, a money grab. A doctor that's going to lie for you and say that he had to give you surgery, that you got scratched on the face. But here's the thing. The girl is full of shit. But if Cardi knew how to control herself, this wouldn't have happened. And this is from 2018. It's from 7 years ago, but she's on trial for this today. This is her sitting in court in that terrible wig, trying to look serious. But Cardi repeatedly does this. And this is because she's raised to be this way. And a lot of y'all raise people to be this way. This is not about her not being able to handle fame, because most people can't handle fame. Fame is not something that anybody can easily handle. You don't know how that shit gonna come at you. But what I will say is that the maturity that we all need as we gain things in life is the understanding that you have stuff to lose. You have shit to lose. You could have been doing anything else in this world right now, but you are in court years and years and years having to pay lawyers' fees. You just finished paying for lawyers' fees for you still paying for a divorce and all this other shit. Now you threw a mic, the mic at the bitch and threw water on you. So now you got to go to court for that. And then you just got out of court when you fought the two girls or had the two girls jumped who you think was trying to fuck with that ain't shit ass nigga that was going to cheat on you anyway. At some point, you have to grow out of this mentality that fighting and acting ignorant is the way to handle every discourse that you have. You're going to have to learn how to be the grown-up version of the street thing that's in your mind. Because here's the thing. I feel like a lot of us as Black people, or just, and I'm saying us, but I really mean, some of y'all. Those of us that have kind of, I'm going to include myself on this. Those of us that have seen street life and can find ways that we can admire things about street life, you have to understand that there is always a smarter version of street life that you just haven't seen. And I think we've watched the movies, but y'all don't be paying attention, right? So I'm going to use Paid in Full as an example. Paid in Full is the perfect example of how it does not matter the situation. If you can have a good head on your shoulders that tells you when to hold and when to fold, more so holding, okay? More so backing out of situations, more so keeping your fucking head down, more so not getting into unnecessary altercations with people to prove a fucking point. You will see how people will end up dead because they like the flaws too much, in jail because they envious and like to plot on people. And then the one that gets to, get away practically unscathed. Yeah, you got bust in the head, got a little limp. But guess what? You get to walk out of the situation alive with your old lady. And that is because you have the understanding that I can't be getting into fights and overreacting with every crazy motherfucker I come into contact with, because I'm going to come into contact with a whole bunch of crazy motherfuckers. And I have to be able to keep my cool about me, because this is the only way to outstreet the street. And it's like y'all watch these hood movies and y'all love on these characters, but you do not pay attention to the ones that get out alive. You don't pay attention to how to actively keep yourself out of some of these situations, even if you are street, even if you are moving in a certain capacity. It's definitely a stand in the back of the room with my back to the wall, able to see the entrance and the other exit and everybody that's in the room. And then when the niggas start acting crazy or the energy start getting a little bit too heightened in the room, it's time for us to go. You're not paying attention to the street enough if you don't know when it's time to go. If you don't know when it's time to just let the shit, you know what I'm saying? Let the shit rock. Let your security handle shit. But this inability for her to take a deep breath and just sit back and think about how to handle the situation in a way that is smartest for her, you got to fix that, bitch. You have 3 little children. You need to be able to teach them this. They Paul obviously not going to be able to teach them self-control. You fucking up.
That's why you do security. She was sticking her tongue out. She was flailing her arms up and down. She was jumping up and down. Body shaming me. I mean, racial slurs, just a lot.
Did the defendant take a swing at you?
She did.
Did the defendant use her fingernails to cut your face?
She did.
As a result of the cut to your face, did you have to see 2 different plastic surgeons?
And I wonder why you always on defense. Are you always on defense because even in your household as a child, you didn't feel safe? As the one that was always being ribbed and talked too bad? See, this is why it's important for y'all to care about the way y'all talk to people. Because it's all a reflection of you and your life. I will never get over Cardi sitting on there defending the shit that she said about, fat people and the body shaming shit that happened with Samira. And she said in the live that her people always ribbing each other. That's what they do. They talk bad about each other. I read my kids, they read me. That's what we did in my household. Okay. So do y'all want to deal with the fact that words hurt? And what ends up happening is you create an unsafe space with words. And if your kids feel unsafe, they grow up to be on edge and defensive and feel bad about themselves because you spent so much time telling them all the little jokey things that you didn't like about them. Oh, okay.
Yes,
Did you undergo
It's too deep. You guys are too deep.
I did.
It's too deep.
Now, regarding the injuries,
Now we
like I
fucking
said, Imani
in
said that she
court.
had to get plastic
Too deep
surgery,
my
but
ass.
apparently she didn't take any pictures of her injuries before the surgery.
So you learn.
And the doctor made her wait a year before he would operate on her.
Why did you not take photographs of the scar after the incident?
I was upset. I was a lot going on. I'm not sure.
I'm not even gonna continue this, y'all. This lady is full of shit. This will probably get thrown out. Okay. Because why would you not take pictures? That doesn't even make any sense. You didn't take any pictures. It took a year for you to go to a doctor. No. So you probably thought about it for a minute. Then apparently she got fired from her job. She got fired and tried to act like the situation with Cardi made it so that she couldn't work her job no more. Girl, I know how this shit work. Somebody told you we could run a scam. Didn't Cardi B run up on you? We could run a scam. Just say that she hurt you. Get a doctor to agree that he had to do some work on you. And you could get some money out of her because all you got to say is, I went through this, and this. So I had to go, I had to go and do this, and that. And now she got to pay me back for all of this, the pain and suffering and the money I spent trying to fix what she did to me. Yeah. Like, I'm not saying nobody reached out to her. No, people reached out to her. I don't know what you mean by that. What I'm saying is this is something that she came up with after the fact. Like, you came up with this after the fact because somebody must have told you, girl, you can get some money. I think she just had to think about it for a while and then decided that she was going to try to act on this. And this is stupid. This is stupid. Let me see. The rapper whose real name is Belcalis Marlene Almanzar appeared in a Los Angeles courtroom over a 2018 incident involving a former security guard who claimed Cardi physically and verbally attacked and humiliated her at the time of the alleged incident. And this is another thing. Why the fuck, if you don't want nobody to know, why would you create a bigger scene if you didn't want nobody to know? That's what I'm talking about. That don't make no fucking sense. Amani Ellis, the guard suing Cardi, testified that she first spotted the rapper at the OBGYN's office in Beverly Hills. Y'all heard what she said. Wow, that's Cardi. Cardi got triggered. Ellis claimed Cardi took a swing at her, hurled insults about her weight and job, spat on her. Yeah, I can see all that. I can see all that. When Ellis said she later lost her job, she admitted in court that Cardi didn't directly get her fired, though she had allegedly threatened to. The termination, according to Ellis, was officially framed as a HIPAA violation. Well, I would just say that this lady sitting on the stand, her whole demeanor is, I have decided that I'm going to press forward with this and I'm standing 10 toes down, even though I'm lying. Because even the doctor didn't take no before and after pictures, girl. That don't make no fucking sense. You're a liar. Called her a slur. She didn't call her no slur. She said nigga. And when I say she didn't call her a slur, it's because Cardi B uses the N-word. So she's not calling the girl a nigga. She's just saying nigga like she says nigga. And you could blame the New York black people for that because the New York black people let Latina people, cross, contaminate the language and shit. Blame that on them New York motherfuckers. I'm not from New York. I'm from the South. I didn't grow up around people saying, if you ain't black, I didn't grow up around that. That wasn't me. So, talk to the New York ones about that. Because I can't tell no grown person what to do. As far as, what they going to say about their mouth. They going to say what they want to say about their mouth. Okay? Blame all of the niggas that grew up around her that let her say it. Fuck out of here. Okay? Hold up. Where is that? Because there's so much more with Cardi. So that's the court case situation. But y'all know her album is coming out. So she's also talking about Offset in their relationship and how I guess she don't love that nigga no more. I guess, the love is gone. Did he say that's hot? Y'all can't hear it. Why y'all can't hear it? Oh, my bad.
So much. Why do people say that divorce is so tough? I feel like if the love is dead, people should just go their separate
I'm the
way.
same. I've got a couple of friends who have just been through catastrophic, like thermonuclear divorces, and I don't understand it because it feels like yesterday we were all hanging out together.
Yes. And I'm just the type of person, like, if something is dead and you know that it's dead and it's never gonna go good, I just feel like everybody should walk away with what they came with. Just walk away. Things gonna hurt for a couple of months, but especially when there's kids, it's like we should be able to co-parent. We should be able to have a conversation.
100%.
We should be able to ask each other advice and just become friends. But it's not like that. It's actually, I'm going through something that is like kind of like very this is very dark. It's not even painful. It's kind of like pain. I feel like you will feel pain when like you still got love feelings. I don't have the love feeling. I went through pain last year when the love was dying. The love is dead. So I don't feel pain, but it's just like, I don't know. It's like when somebody died, like, it's like you feel pain. And then it's like, now you got the bills of the
funeral.
Yeah.
And it's like, what
posthumous. Yeah.
Going through a divorce is very, very tough because you marry somebody and the person that you divorcing is not the person that you marry.
Facts.
At all. It's like you really ask yourself, like, who the did I marry? Like, who the did I marry? Like, there is no love there. There is no love. There is no love. But to me, I always feel like it's like if I ever walk away from something, like, I get along with all my ex.
All right.
There is.
So let me say this. I do feel like there's a point in time when you look at somebody after they've done enough vindictive things. And I think he's been very vindictive towards her when she was on her chill shit. But it's when you really like think of all of the things that the person was doing when you didn't realize that that's what they was doing. I think that's what it really is. Like the idea that when you get time and space away from somebody that you was in a relationship with, that you loved a lot and all of this type of shit, and they done dogged you out, y'all done went back and forth, and you didn't stood 10 toes down in your pick me lover girl bullshit, and they embarrass the dog shit out of you and humiliate you and hurt your feelings. Yeah, now you hate them. Now you hate them. Now you don't love them anymore. Now it's no feelings and all of that shit, but they still got kids with you and all of this shit. You know what I'm saying? You're still in the anger part of it. You're still in the resentful part of it. You haven't healed all the way, which is why you really shouldn't even be in a relationship with that other weird ass nigga. But let me listen to this other clip of what she said. Cardi B opens up about female rappers taking shots at her. They sophomores and I'm a senior. Girl, let's listen.
A lot of different female rappers, but for some reason, it's something about me that like these bitches can't stand. They can't fuck with me. They're on this class right now. They're sophomores. And I'm a senior. And it's like, you want to fuck with you want to fuck with the senior so bad. Like, you think you're here with the senior. You're not even a junior. You need to worry about them other sophomores before you start worrying about here, the fucking senior. But it's something about it that is like, they can't even focus on them. They got to focus on me.
If you're a senior that they let pass through. You're not a senior that actually made the grades and took the test. Like, I'm sorry, you have one album. You have one album and you've done a million features. Yeah, absolutely. And you stayed relevant. Absolutely. But when it comes to music, you have not put in enough work for you to consider yourself a fucking senior. You had one album. You had one album. The last time I checked, when Genuine first brought these two things together, you got to be on your fourth album to put out that you a senior. Like, bitch, you aren't even a sophomore. Thank you, bitch. You're still a freshman. You're a super duper freshman. You're a super duper freshman. You have one album. And you're a mess. You're a mess and your team. The team that she has behind her is magnificent. That team that keeps her, you know what I'm saying? Lauryn Hill is a senior. Yeah, a senior citizen. I knew y'all was going to bring that up. Lauryn doesn't just have one album. Lauryn has her albums with the Fugees as well. That's another thing. Like, Lauryn has the Fugees album. Lauryn has her solo album. And then Lauryn had her Unplugged album. So actually, Lauryn's a fucking junior. Lauryn's a junior. She's still a junior. The fuck? But you know, I'm just saying though, because I hate the way everybody acts like because Lauryn Hill was so big that one, like, this is the gift of being so huge and then leaving. Okay, I'm gonna do one big thing after I did a couple of medium-sized things. The Fugees was huge. Okay, they was playing the fuck out of the Fugees for that summer that album came out with, that 96. What? I never forget how much they played that album everywhere we went that year. The Fugees albums actually do matter. But here's the thing. Lauryn Hill is somebody that did really great up until 2000, 2001. Then she stopped performing, and y'all still act like she has been performing this entire time. She has not. She has not. She is amazing. She is an amazing artist. But when it comes to these comparisons, y'all don't want to be real about these comparisons. Fugees had 2 albums, right? Okay. Then that's the only thing that would make Lauryn a senior. At this point, bitch, you should be Lauryn should be out of high school at this point, just to be clear. Like, Lauryn should have graduated at this point. But at the end of the day, Cardi B has 1 album. She got some mixtapes, but she has 1 album. Not a senior yet. Not a senior yet. I'm just saying. But yeah, no, it's giving Lauryn dropped out of college. Okay, Lauryn went to school. Lauryn went to school for her freshman year because she was so smart and so great, and then she got pregnant, and then she quit. And somebody else, hey, Tasha got pregnant. Okay, listen, whatever that girl name was, Samika Randall, whatever the fuck the girl name was, she got pregnant and decided not to come. They was done recruiting, bitch. Like, listen, we not about to do this. But to me, individually, artists have to put out like enough projects in order to feel like they are Tanya Randall. Thank you. Artists have to put out more than 1 solo album in order to be giving themselves all of this, like all the, you know what I mean? I feel like Lauryn is such a phenomenon. People always like to pull her out of their ass as if anybody else has done that. Nobody else has done that. Y'all can't name 1 fucking artist that y'all still hold in such high regard that only had 1 solo album. Tell me. Okay? I love her for this, though. You got to big yourself up, bitch. But she's not a senior. She's not a senior. You've been on pause. But, you know, congratulations to her. I'm sure the album will be great. What did her fuck-ass baby daddy say? Let me slide. Right past, I don't know you. I don't have time for this. Offset appears to be opening up about his breakup with Cardi B on his new tune, Move On. Without naming his soon-to-be ex-wife directly, the rapper reflects on wanting to move on in peace from a relationship while also sharing some pointed lyrics about what went wrong. In one part of the song, Offset raps, walking right past, I don't know you. You never listened to no rules. You never cooked, niggas no food. Isn't it really, really annoying? Isn't it really, really, really like annoying when you pay niggas bills and they talk to you about cooking a fucking plate? I paid your bills. I paid your bills and you're complaining about me not cooking you a plate of food? Oh, I guess you want me even lower than the person that pays your bills, right? Because the person that pays your bills is above you. You don't want me to be above you. So I got to fix you a fucking plate so that you will feel as if I am beneath you, because then I have to come and serve you a plate. When the truth of the matter is, if I'm paying your fucking bills, which I do believe she was paying his bills. I don't believe this nigga was doing well with the money he had. He has a gambling problem. And I believe throughout the course of their relationship, she was paying fucking bills. So yeah, that's wild to me. That's wild to me. Like, what do y'all think y'all are? David Justice and Halle Berry? Get the fuck out of here with this shit, man. Get the fuck out of here. Like, anyway, I got, my camera to start moving. All right. So later he adds, telling me shit that you don't do, telling me shit that you won't do. You fucked around with the wrong dude. She absolutely fucked around with the wrong dude. I don't know what you meant. Did she tell you she was going to cook for you and she never cooked for you? Did you tell her that you was going to be faithful and you was never faithful, you dog ass nigga? Oh, I can't stand when niggas act like they was just so great to you. So anything you did wrong to them, like, oh my God. Cardi B and Offset's breakup has played out in a series of heated online exchanges since Cardi filed for divorce last summer. The two share 3 children, and Cardi has since moved on to a relationship with NFL star Stephon Diggs. I'm so glad y'all brought Stephon Diggs up. Chris Blake Griffin slams UGG for campaign child UGG. Campaign, I don't know why I said it like that, y'all. UGG for campaign with Stephon Diggs. Shares message. Child, that's 2 hated people right there. That's Sarah Jessica Parker and that's 2 people that don't nobody really like him. They both got people that don't like them, child. But anyway, he slams UGG for campaign with Stephon Diggs, shares messages he claims are from him. What up, Zaddy? So Stephon Diggs drugged me, attempted to sexually assault me, and then conspired with his employees, hitmen, to organize an attack on my life. That his brother, Derez Diggs, was charged and convicted for being involved in. And UGG gave him a campaign spot standing alongside Sarah Jessica Parker. Somebody's got to do their homework. I'm disgusted. And what is this? Can you read? I guess this is I can't read that. That's too small for me to read right now. Y'all gonna let Aaron Hernandez 2.0 just run wild without penalty. I'm aware that you're aware. And since we're both aware, let's act accordingly. Reporting Elizabeth Young. This report is an overview of facts and circumstances surrounding the investigation. This report is not meant to be exhaustive. Exhaustive, that's what that says. Rather, it is intended to serve as a general outline of the investigation. And I'm sure it'll just say everything that he just said. And I'll say this. If he's not lying, And the brother, I know y'all say y'all don't believe the man and all of that, but when he just said the shit about the brother was convicted for being involved in the situation, I'm sorry, y'all. I do believe Stefan Gibbs bisexual. I just want y'all to know. Like, Stefan Gibbs, like, there are men out there that are bisexual. They don't want to be honest about it. They don't want to actually say it. But those that don't give a fuck, like Stefan Diggs feels like I haven't said it, but I also don't give a fuck. Like, Stefan Diggs reminds me of the type of man that would threaten you with fucking you. You know what I'm saying? Like, nigga keep talking shit to you. Oh, so you must want me to fuck you too. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, y'all have seen these men that are so scary that they like threaten to fuck other men. Like, as a weapon. They use their dicks as a weapon. He just seemed like a guy with money. Who just seemed like a guy with money? Stefan Diggs? That nigga is definitely giving look you in your eyes while I fuck you. And then I also might backhand slap you at times. It is definitely giving an intense type of energy. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if y'all listen. He gives bisexual and I'm okay. He does give bisexual. I'm okay with it as well. I think a lot of us are kind of growing out of this, thing, like towards bisexual men. Because if you show up fine enough, the girls are pick-me's. They don't give a fuck. The girls are pick-me's. Like they will absolutely know that Stefan is bending some nigga over and don't care. And I don't really think that they should, put a condom on, get tested, be safe. But essentially, I don't give a fuck about none of that. That's not the point. But those collective energies in our society can sometimes lend to an abusive nature around a man. Okay? A man who is famous, a man who plays football, a man who is physically, strong and all these things. And I'm y'all saying he didn't do that. This nigga is very pretty. The man, Chris is pretty. Chris is pretty. So I'm sorry. I am willing to believe that you tried to fuck Chris. Like, Chris is pretty. Like, the fuck? I feel like no, I'm sorry, y'all. I don't mean to put the pretty halo over this nigga, but I could absolutely believe that Stefan wanted to fuck this man because he's pretty. Very beautiful man. I'm sorry. I'm willing to believe it. Either way, y'all be safe out here. Y'all, somebody posted this shit and I loved it. I love that they posted this because y'all be forgetting who Tia Kemp is. I think the other day I told, I was talking about Tia Kemp and saying how she one of them ignorant ass women, they may sometimes say some funny shit or, whatever, but you can't trust them. Like, they're not trustworthy. Oh, because she was going to go and have a sit down with Wendy. Y'all know how she get excited. She was going to go sit down with Wendy and I said she is not to be trusted. Everybody is not bi to me, but a lot of people are. And, people are obsessed with sexuality in our culture. So it would make sense that people wouldn't be honest about who they are. They wouldn't really be able to explore who they really are in our society because there's a lot of punishment that comes, with it. So I think a lot of people have tendencies and feelings that they will never fully explore out of fear of being shunned by their community. But yes, no, I absolutely feel like because of our relationship to sex that a lot of people are suppressing parts of themselves. And sexuality is a spectrum. And I do believe that more people are fluid or bisexual than they would like to admit. I do. And I don't think I'm wrong about that because every time you turn around, somebody's gay. 50 Cent's fucking mama was gay. Right? 50 Cent's mom was gay. And then I saw a video talking about Kanye's mom where they were saying that there's some rumors that Kanye's mom was gay too. And I'm like, I could believe that. Jay-Z's mom, gay. Hey, Diva. And I will be there. Okay? Happy birthday. I know I told you already, but happy birthday, Diva. And I'm happy to hear about Maxine. But yes, I love that somebody posted this because I think that it showcases how y'all be forgetting who's who. They say if Finney was too. That would make sense. A lot of those women have that energy to me. But yeah, look at Tia, y'all. The reason I love that they brought this up because y'all forget who the fuck Tia Kemp is sometimes. Y'all forget that Tia Kemp is the same woman that went to 50 Cent to give him all of this information. I think they had a sex tape. All kind of shit happened because she was trying to get back at Rick Ross.
Oh, hi, I'm Tia, the mother of Rick Ross's son. Here I am. Here's my story. I mean, it's sort of embarrassing to me, you know, because as you listen to his raps, you would definitely believe him. But, I mean, it was surprising that he would sit there and say he spends $200 a month on food, $300 a month on clothes. His jewelry is rented.
Because I go where these other niggas can't go. $2 million worth of jewels on.
You know, possibly not real. His cars are being leased. He don't know where the money came from to put a down payment on a $1 million home. And, you know, it's just sad, you know. And hello, hi.
He also has a baby mother who's currently working as a call girl. He has a daughter by Brooke right there. Can you see that? This is like the adult.
I always find it so disgusting when degenerate people use women being whores and shit as a, like, look at her, like as if you know, she's beneath you or something. Like, look at her. Like, look at his other baby mama. Girl, what? Exactly, Diva. Exactly. All for you to end up with Daphne Joy, who you also called the little prostitute, who was over there fucking with Diddy. It's very weird when these men do shit like this, like lame ass shit like this. Like, you trying to get back at another man, but really you using these women in order to do it. And I don't like it. And I also don't like that women are so vindictive and hateful that they will be a pawn in these niggas' games and really get nothing out of it.
This is like where you can find really exclusive whores.
You would know, wouldn't you? You would know, wouldn't you?
Boy, 50, it's another day like it's Rick Ross and his mom. See, his mom look like the Nutty Professor. I need jackets, but I need... I'm good. So you getting ready?
I'm gonna tell y'all something. Y'all might think this shit, people thought it was funny. People think this shit is cool. They think the type of person that 50 Cent is cool. But when I tell y'all, ain't nothing but bad energy waiting for that nigga. I don't care what he got going on. I don't care what nobody says he has, how successful he pretends to be. There is nothing but a miserable existence underneath all of this shit. This nigga is not a happy camper.
So you get ready. Miami weather. And then you sell time like where you can go out. Why the music so low?
So yeah, you take her shopping. So I just want to remind y'all who Tia Kemp is in case y'all did not know. Ignorant motherfuckers. All right. You know, because I don't like, I'm about to go sit down. And I'm gonna tell you the reason why you don't go sit down with a nigga enemy and all of this shit. Because niggas is flaw. Niggas is flaw, and you will end up being collateral damage. And if I recall correctly, they tore Tia's ass up for this shit. There was a her going away for a long time before she came back up, and now she Yanti and all of that shit. That was a rebranding. Because technically the way people saw it was that 50 Cent slutted her ass out after she tried to use what she knew about Rick Ross and him being a deadbeat baby daddy. She trying to get back at him. So she go to this flaw ass nigga, and basically it made her look bad to the community. They basically said she was dicked out. And then she had to repurpose her image and come back as y'all Yanti cursing everybody out, sitting in her fucking house, screaming and hollering into a phone. Let me tell y'all something. I don't care what nobody talking about. You making it your business to raise your pressure like that? Bitch, that's crazy. Lack of growth, immaturity, even as an older woman. I don't care what nobody talking about. Dead clock, right twice a day. So apparently they didn't break up at all. The two were together last night at Rendezvous Restaurant Lounge, if y'all care. Now, y'all know we really don't care, but I like to just keep track of stories that I cover. And I've been covering this shit show of a relationship because Amy Luciani is a pick-me, and I like to study how pick-me's, play this game over and over again where they think they know a nigga better than everybody else that has known him before. They think they in love with him. So they think he gonna be different. And then he turned out and do the same shit to them that he did to all of the previous people that was trying to warn a nigga. There was a DV case. Y'all. Last time I checked, last time we talked about these people, there was a DV case. Let me see if I can find out what happened with that. Amy Luciani DV. Hey, hold up. Domestic violence case. Let me see. Okay, so this is from July 25th, and I'm sure I already talked about this. Dwight Howard and his estranged wife, Amy Luciani, are in a heated showdown following their split last month. According to a news report, Amy reportedly filed for a protective order amid Dwight's divorce filing, making a string of allegations about the athlete, including claims of an incident where he allegedly spiked her drink. While the petition has since been dismissed, the recently obtained court documents are coming to light. She reportedly made a string of accusations in June in her June 27 protective order petition alleging that Dwight showed erratic behavior. In paperwork obtained by Us Magazine, she alleged how he tricked her, recalling, "He has given me something he claimed was a holistic tea, and it was really a drug called BALI." She said she got extremely sick and begged for an EMT, but Dwight allegedly refused to help. Amy, whose real name is Amber, while drunk or high, claimed Dwight had gotten physical with her in the past. She also described him as obsessive and jealous. But Amy's petition was far from done. In the doc, she also claimed Dwight allegedly had a pattern of continued substance abuse that led to violence. She alleged, "Whenever my husband gets upset, he locks me out of our home, forcing her to call the police multiple times after he changed the gate code to block her." Amy also accused Dwight of getting physical with her, claiming he allegedly pushed her out of their bedroom and even put his full weight on her to stop her from getting up during arguments. Didn't Royce say he did the same shit to her? While a judge reportedly granted her a temporary protective order, Amy reportedly ended up dropping it. The ex-NBA star lawyer Jillian B. Ferrer, whatever the fuck that says, has since issued a statement to U.S. Magazine explaining why Dwight's ex may have dropped the petition. Since the beginning of the parties' relationship, Amber has manufactured truths and manipulated reality. The lawyer called Amy Luciani the volatile, aggressive, and assaultive one. She said Amy's family violence claims were patently false. Patently false? And that's why Amy didn't pursue the protective order, because she allegedly couldn't prove it. Dwight emphatically denies Amber's claims, and we look forward to the truth being revealed. We are disappointed that what should have been a very simple divorce due to the short nature of this marriage is now being expanded into contentious litigation. But this behavior and these actions are consistent with Amber's character or lack thereof. Can you imagine you getting engaged to a man and everybody saying, no, girl, he has bad character. He's not a good guy. And you say that we don't know your man and we don't know what the fuck we talking about. And we need to mind our business and God ain't gonna bless y'all. All that shit, right? And now his lawyers are saying that you have a lack of character. I would say so, because you ended up married to him, even though everybody told you about him. Do you see how they will use you believing their lies? They will use you being a fucking dummy for them against you later on. Be stupid over an ain't shit ass nigga and watch he make you pay for it later. Yeah, she said he spiked her drink with Molly. Amy officially filed for divorce from Dwight on July 1st, sparking a heated court battle between the two about who gets what. The former basketball player reportedly requested temporary and exclusive use of his Georgia mansion, which he had purchased before the wedding. Dwight also wanted Amy to be restrained from selling any marital property. Meanwhile, Amy called the marriage irretrievably broken and demanded alimony and a fair split of assets. It's worth mentioning that neither Dwight nor Amber has commented on the report. And I remember that Amber came out and said that she didn't, Amy, Amber, whatever the fuck, she didn't ask for shit. She said she didn't want nothing from him. I think that's what I remember her saying. So yeah, apparently they didn't break up and they're still together. That's from 3 days ago. I guess we'll have to wait and see. Let's move on. So we talked about Tamar. We talked about Tamar and her slip and fall in the store. Okay, we're unclear on it, so that's what I'm going to call it. And people were saying that she was out with Mendices, and apparently this is hitting the streets. They're whispering it's looking messy. Word is Tamar has allegedly been seen vibing with this married ass nigga. But then it came out that it was a movie that they were working on. So I don't know what to believe, but I feel like it's probably a movie. It's probably a movie. I can't imagine her fucking with him. Like a nigga that's already been used up by somebody in these streets. I don't think so. I just wanted to make sure I mentioned that it was all a movie situation. Like they were all like, I think Funky Dineva and Mendices and her are all in some movie or something. Girl, I don't fucking know. But either way, let's get into E-Money, Lil Scrappy's daughter. And I believe that this is another situation why I told y'all I was right. When all of the shit went down with Bam, and I said, eventually she'll see her father clearly. Eventually she'll see him clearly. And I think that that's starting to happen. And I think it starts to happen when the young people are really on their own. When they start to be on their own and have these relationships with their parents. It's not that you don't love them, but you see. You see that they are good, but also bad. And people don't like you to be honest about how your parents are fucking up because, you know, we got to act like they not fucking up.
These mamas, these boy mamas, stop treating like y'all. I always say this. I be feeling like my granny semi-failed with my dad because sometimes my dad be thinking he the prize and he's not.
She didn't semi-fail. She failed. Scrappy is incapable of securing and taking care of himself.
Like, sorry.
That's your job as a parent. I don't know if y'all know that. Your job as a parent is to make sure that your child grows to be an adult that can take care of themselves. Scrappy can't do shit without a woman. And when he don't have a woman, he dependent on his mama, who he don't really want to depend on because he's tired of her.
But like, I feel like my granny raised him with like, well, my dad was raised by his father too. So my dad is a gentleman. My dad opened the door, he do all that. But I feel like
you see how confusing that is to have two conflicting parenting styles? I'm really trying to understand. What was the story for Mama D the pimp to end up with Daryl Sr. the preacher? Even though those two jobs are the same in some respect, you know, exploitation, performance, showmanship, style, you get points for those things as a preacher and as a pimp. So I'm needing to understand, and when they say gentlemen, Southern men know how to perform to get women. You open doors, you pull out chairs because you know that that's what a woman wants to see. She wants to see a man that is going to do those things. And if you're trying to fuck, you trying to get this woman to want to be with you, like, you know, spend money on you, let you live on her sofa. pay bills with you. A lot of men are trying to find women to go half on a baby with so that they can, they can put a lot of the work on somebody else. A lot of niggas don't have the mental wherewithal to do what is required to create stability. So they go and find women that can. And so they know how to perform in order to get those women. What I think is funny about Mama D, what Mama D did, your son growing up in a whorehouse, you saw him as a trick, but basically you were raising him like a whore. I know it's hard for you to like pathologize, but you raising your son in a whorehouse and teaching him to only find women that he can take care, that will take care of him. Yeah. You kind of taught your son how to be both the John and the hoe. Right? Like that's what a bummy nigga with good dick does. A bummy nigga with good dick is basically a prostitute. Is he not? Let's be real. Women have been paying for dick for years now. Ever since women have started to have jobs, they've been paying for dick. That's why you have men that'll fuck. You hear about the men that fuck up when those are prostitutes. Those men are whores. They're prostitutes. They come and drop off dick. And why do you let them stay at your house even though they ain't got nowhere to stay? Because they got good dick. Prostitute. You're a trick. So to me, I feel like Mama D taught Scrappy how to be both of those things, right? Because you are a prostitute. You are the type of man that will position yourself in a certain manner to be attractive to women. And then once you get those women, you trick off them and you get them to pay and help, helps to supplement your lifestyle for the ways in which you lack. And y'all romanticize that and make that seem like, oh, that's two partners coming together. No, it's not. Two adults should know how to take care of themselves individually. Scrappy is always looking for somebody to take care of him. And the funny part about it is if he was a woman, y'all would think that he was the trashiest baby mama ever. Because if he was a woman, he would just be a woman that goes from man to man, getting pregnant, having children, leaving the children with the man, and then moving on to the next man to go and have children with and live off of them. That don't work out. I'm gonna leave the children with you. Now I'm gonna go. If a woman did it, y'all would say how terrible they were, how much of a whore they were. Scrappy is basically living his life like a whore, like a man that knows he has to look good. And he got to give off a certain energy so that he could get coochie because coochie is going to take care of him. That's what's happening. Just saying.
A lot of moms baby their son. Stop babying your son because you're babying him and then he goes out in the real world expecting for us women to baby him. And I'm not babying no man.
Okay.
So my daddy raised me, have your own. And when a man come on, he should be an add-on. And if he can't add on, then he got to get the hell on.
I know that's right.
Period. And I feel like a lot of moms enable their sons. No, you cannot enable them.
You do.
You really cannot. Teach them how to clean just like you taught your daughter how to clean. Teach them to take out the trash. Teach them. Another thing I see in a lot of black community, a lot of black moms be having their son sitting down while their daughter cleaning up the kitchen. What type of stupid, ignorant junk is that? You don't think when he live on his own, he got to clean up too?
No, you're going to find a woman to do that.
And these mamas.
Let me tell y'all something. That's why they're teaching their sons how to tongue kiss. Think about it. Think about it, y'all. Jim Jones' mama and Chrissy. Think about that dynamic, right? You teaching your son how to be the type of man that you would want to fuck so that y'all can go and find a woman that y'all can work to help y'all build something y'all can't build on y'all own.
These boy mamas, stop treating like
y'all. You don't have no discipline.
I always say this. I be feeling like my granny semi-failed with my.
Mm-hmm. And they was mad at her, talking about she loved her daddy. Oh, she wasn't talking about her daddy. Oh, she mean cut all that bullshit out. Cut all that bullshit out. Daryl fucking feelings will be just fine. Daryl knows his mama failed him. He told her she failed him. Right before him and Bambi broke up, And I think Bambi thought that he was going to make a positive change after that. Once he told Mama D about his real feelings and now he feel like she, you fucked him up. You raised him in a whorehouse. You didn't, like, you can't possibly think you are having good conversations and raising your kids appropriately, raising them in a whorehouse. And I don't think there's anything wrong with whoring, but I just think the people that live in whorehouses don't have, good moral ethics to teach children. That's what I would assume. A woman that sells other women's bodies, like, especially like in the 80s and the 90s and shit. Yeah, girl, I am not gonna assume that you did well by your kids if that's the type of life you was living. I'm sorry. I'm not gonna think that you were trying to find ways to help your son cope with his emotions. I'm not going to think that you were, sitting down and reading books with them. I'm not going to think that you were taking the time with them. Like, I'm just not. I'm not going to think that you were doing any of the things that you have to do with children in order to develop them. Read books with them, have conversations with them about life, teach them how to financially secure themselves, teach them discipline and how to stay on a schedule and a regimen so that they can take care of their bodies. They can take care of their finances, teach them about what it means to have a home. Y'all don't teach these kids none of that shit. And y'all know what I'm talking about. Teach them niggas that shit. Y'all didn't teach them that. Y'all taught them to be violent, be brutes, be a hustler, be exploitive, learn how to manipulate people. That's what motherfuckers taught these niggas that grew up to become a lot of these hood rappers, Jim Jones, Scrappy. You know what I'm saying? The Cam'rons and the Maces and all of that. Y'all didn't raise no good niggas with these men. No. You raised selfish, coddled, low sacral energy degenerate niggas. And that's because that's what you were attracted to. So that's what you raised. Mama D said in the comments, I'm going to say this. You can teach your children what they need. Once they get grown, they do what the hell they want to do. And there's nothing that parents can do when their grown ass kids leave their house, nothing but pray and hope they do use the things that they taught to them in their homes when they were younger. Bitch, you can't even write. You can't even write a paragraph. I cannot imagine if you taught this boy anything worth knowing. I can't imagine you taught Scrappy anything worth knowing. Do you know what you taught him? How to be attractive, how to peacock, how to be fine and attractive and pull out doors, like how to do all of this shit so that you could find a trick. And the trick is a woman. Fuck out of here with that. In that order, my ass. Let's move on. Let's talk about Teyana Taylor. So you guys, I watched Teyana Taylor's, video fairy tale situation and I liked it. I thought it was beautifully done. These are some of my notes. The beginning, the songs connected through monologues. A woman fell in love and betrayed herself for a man who abused her and then killed her until another man found her and brought her back to life. That's basically the story. Tyler Perry, dark-skinned man hurts light-skinned man. I'm sorry. Tyler Perry, dark-skinned man hurts, light-skinned man heals. That's a trope that we see in here. Visually, it's beautiful. The way they use color, fashion, and the choreography. Okay. The scene where Erin revives Teyana and then she runs the streets. That was a very interesting situation that I saw. Where was that one? Let's go. Yeah, hold up. So just so we start off here, right? Because the husband, okay, y'all know your boy's character, his character, that's supposed to be Amon, y'all. We're just gonna be like Amon and Erin. That's what we're gonna do. So this is supposed to be Amon. You could tell, raggedy, look like they wearing all of their negative emotions on their sleeves and shit. I did love this. This was sexy as fuck. Anytime you watch somebody, y'all remember I talked about if I would do OnlyFans, how I would do it. This is what I thought of in my head. Like choices that are, you don't have to really see the whole thing, but it still gets the vibe across. It gets the mood across with these very small things. This is the thing I think that is missing in adult film. I would love to see adult films like produced and made specifically by women, because I do think there is an art form to that, but I feel like it needs to be done in a way that is not being done by men that are like this endless pit of sexual depravity. Like, no, there's an art to it. There's a beauty to it, which is why you find yourself being turned on by things that are not so, not so pussy in your face. Okay, this was sexy as fuck though. Okay, definitely made me think about hunching on people. Okay, but there was a scene. Okay, so when he found her in the street, right? He found this scene right here. He finds her laid out in the street. They're always in red. That was another thing. But he gets her, picks her up. He takes her back to somewhere. I don't know why it's not here. It is. He takes her back here. And it's like he is reviving her. He's bringing her back to life. But once he brings her back to life, she goes out into the streets. She wants to be free. This is obviously when she was in a relationship. I hate that it's not in order. But once he saved her, she wanted to go out and be in the streets. He went looking for her in the streets, and then she sucked him into her web, and then we go through this. I love you. Why can't, but I don't want to say I love you because I'm scared. Like Issa Rae did such a great job with the monologues that she was in charge of. Several people did monologues on the album, which I really enjoyed. Women are supposed to be free. I believe so. Okay. But he revives her and she runs to the streets. He sucked he sucked into her web with the red braids. I showed y'all that. Wait. Cuz my notes is just all over the place. Sorry. But this shot right here, and I said I was watching it. Yeah, I love Sarah Paulson's too. I was watching this the second time with Lyric, and I remember telling him that shot right there because it reminds me of where I would place my hands on his back. Like whenever somebody can make you think about your own personal experiences with their art, they're doing an impeccable job. And the way her hands were on his back, like this hand on the small of his back, pulling him inward, like it's a sacral spot, right? It's like a chakra spot to me. And I was just like, oh, that was a good shot. That was such a good shot. But yeah, the red nails and yeah, like cause his back looks strong. Yeah, it was just beautiful. Okay. It was just beautiful. Yes, girl. Listen, the bisexuality, when you are bisexual, there are couples that make you excited about being bisexual. These two. And then recently on my timeline, somebody pointed out Sterling K. Brown and his wife. And I hate the fact Ryan. That's her name, Ryan. Her. Them two. Mm-hmm. Then they have a sex scene in black and white done beautifully. We looked at that. That was the lip moment. Hold up. Where's the lip moment? Yeah. This moment right here. Yikes. Okay. Then she wants to be claimed, but she's scared to like him. Stop playing it cool. I want you to lose your mind over me, and I want to lose my mind over you. And we can just go to the being in love part. That was loosely what was said in Issa Rae's part. And I understood the feeling so much, but I hated it. Like when they said, I hated it because I know what that feeling feels like. Like this trying to protect your heart from a person that you feel like you can't all the way trust. Like, and it's either because it's new or because they aren't trustworthy, but the fear, like that going back and forth with yourself, like that was perfectly executed to me because it, like, again, reminded me of my own feelings at times when I went through something similar, she chases him and then he pulls a gun on her, which is another scene that I did not like because in the story, what does this mean? Right? Let's talk about it. She chases him. He pulls a gun on her. He shoots, but it goes past her. And then they are hugging and kissing and mixed feelings and untamed emotions. I think this was Kerry Washington. rattling in the bones of barbaric love. I do love the way it was written. The other woman who wrote it with her, I had to go follow her on Instagram after this. A lot of people, this is why I don't want to put my writing out, because I'm old school. Like, in a way of, I went to school before George Bush fucked up the education system. So I like words. I like descriptive words. I like to lead people with the way I describe things, right? And so in my own writing, I feel like I can't even put this out because most of you niggas won't understand it. Okay? What you said, Diva? Because you're not supposed to fully trust him, even though he brought you back to life. It's a good point. You're not supposed to. Because you know why? And it's not even just because you're not supposed to trust him. It's also because you can't trust that people are going to always be what they are to you in the moment. Meaning that relationships happen and then they disseminate and then there are no more. So you can't always trust someone because they won't always be that person. They won't always have the same feelings, thoughts, influences forever. That won't always be the case. So you have to prepare for the fact that even the people you are in love with at one point or another are going to change. And if y'all don't change in a way that is suitable for one another, y'all are going to break apart. And that's okay too. But yeah. So it was a warning shot to him though. It was like a warning shot. And then they walk off together and your boy stands there crying. And then Issa says, "Man up and let's do this shit." I didn't like it because there's a begging. There's a begging to force a avoidant to want to be with you. It's like you're avoidant, then you give in, and now they're avoidant. I don't like that. That feels like a trick. And I hate to say it like that, but in real life, y'all, that's why I felt like, and I call this a delusional fairy tale. Because eventually she gets to the part where it's about her. Let me see if she posted those visuals.
Do you take this?
Eventually, it's about her, right? I don't know why they didn't put that one up of her at the end with her hair and just like that face shot that they used that was really, really pretty. But either way, why put that part up?
Do you?
Either way, I did feel like it was, it's still a delusional thing. It's still a delusional fall in love, be unrealistic of expectations type of thing to me. The way the relationship kind of showed itself in the story. Man up, let's do this shit. Like, I don't want to have to beg you. I don't want to have to beg you. I don't want to have to convince you. And that's what that reminded me of, the feeling, the ache of always having to convince people that you love to treat you right or to give what they already gave. Like, that feeling, I know all too well, is so deeply depressing to me that I did not like the feeling of Issa saying it. Man up and let's do this shit. No, I don't want to have that type of conversation with anybody, especially not now. Like when I was younger, it was different. But now that I'm like, almost 40, girl, I don't want to have conversations with people like that. Like, why I have to convince you, to be with me? Like, that feels weird to me. The shot of them in the bed, there was a shot of them in the bed that was really beautiful. It was the way the bed sheets, the color of the bed sheets all over the bed. Like, it was just very beautiful. And then the safeness that it gave, right? It gave a feeling of safeness. When they were on that bed together. The love we seek lies within us. Be vulnerable. She escaped back to herself. That's some of the lines I took from the end. And I love that. I love that. Like the escaping back to herself. And then at the end, they had me crying because her daughter comes in and reads a poem that talks about basically how she was happy to watch her mom come back to herself. Because when I tell y'all, I remember what it was like as a kid. And this is why I say I hate that people are online talking about the conversations that they don't want to have with their fucking kids, like their kids are slow or something. Because I remember what it was like watching my mom change as a woman, right? Like who she was when I first got here versus who she was by the time I got in high school versus who she was by the time my dad dies versus who she is now as a woman. I do think that there is such a bittersweetness about watching or there's a prettier way for me to say that, but watching your parents, specifically your moms, watching them grow as women, change as women can be such a bittersweet experience because as a child you're the one that's closest to them, so you actually get to see the sad days because they don't hide that from their kids, right? Like moms who like really are there for their kids like that, it's damn near impossible for them to hide their true feelings from their children. So to watch, um, in my situation, watching my own mother go through all of those different times in her life and bearing witness, that's what I wanted to say, bearing witness to her womanhood in these different phases of her life, the ones that I've been there for. I do find it as such a beautiful part of life. And it made me so emotional to hear her little girl at the end talking about what it was like to watch her mom come back to herself. And I feel like that is such a blessing to be able to watch that happen. I think about it all the time when I go and see my mom now. Like, my mom is still always in service to people. That's who she is. Like, she's taking care of my uncle who has like dementia now. But even when I go over there now, like, I'm very proud of her because, my mom is a DV victim and sometimes she's still, like they don't really kind of grow out of it as much when they're older because it's a way of thinking that's in there. But as she, more and more time between when my dad died and now, the way she wants to live, the ways in which she wants to express herself that was kept from her at a certain time, watching her still be able to create home. You know what I mean? Like just being a part of the journey to see it when you have moms that are amazing and that do love you. It's a blessing. It's a blessing. And it's such a, like it's such a thing, like to be the children of mothers in that way. You know what I'm saying? Like to go in life with them like that. I get emotional just thinking about it, child, but it is some type of bond, some very strong bond to go through life with your mom and be there with her when she is changing or being different or having to show up in a different way, even as a child. Like I think it is a beautiful, hard, but beautiful thing. Duality of life. But if y'all haven't seen it, if y'all haven't listened to Teyana's album, y'all should. I can't wait. I was supposed to go somewhere and this was the shot of her getting back to herself. The one that's in her Avi right now. I'm mad that I can't see it. That I can't, make it big. But this right here, this is the shot. And I loved it. And I thought she looked beautiful. And I love this for her. And I also feel like the relationship with Aaron, it's very perplexed. I'm perplexed by it. I'll say that. And the reason why I say I'm perplexed by it is because they're using it as a tool in her art, but it's also a reflection of what's happening in her real life. And I think on some level, we don't know if we can trust that. And I think that's even more interesting because, in her art, she's like, I don't know if I can trust this relationship. He doesn't know if he can trust the relationship. And we're like, we don't know if we could trust this relationship. So I just think that's so interesting how art will imitate life and life will imitate art. So shout out to Teyana Taylor for putting out that amazing project. I can't wait to bump it in my Jeep. Okay, because that's why I really get my feel of a song or album is when I'm playing it in my Jeep. Okay. You remind me of my Jeep. Okay. Sorry, y'all. Y'all know I still I'm sorry, y'all. I was about to cry. I had to gather myself. I'm sorry. I love my old girl, bro. I do. I really, really do. So So anyway, Raven Simone and her wife, we had a conversation. Hey, Ty. Yes, no, it is. I definitely think so. There have been many a time, you know, when my mom has let me know what it means to her that I can see her. I bear witness to her experience, and I can validate her experience in a way that I think other people don't. You know, my mom is a lot like myself in that way, where sometimes because of the type of person you are, people like to humble you or they like to invalidate you because of the type of energy you have. And I feel like, you know, and I've always felt this way. I knew my mom was having me in a way because I was going to be some type of relief for her. And I've consistently been that, you know, and that's a thing, you know, with your parents and all of that, the type of relationships y'all actually have. But like, don't make me get emotional, y'all. But I really like, it's on my heart to say that I always knew I would be my mom's, you know, the reprieve in a world of people that are committed to misunderstanding you. I will be committed to understanding you. That. And, you know, oh, girl, don't make me cry. Anyway. And I'm, you know, I'm happy to be that, even as being the child and her being the parent and what that has been like for us, good and bad. I will still happily be the person that lets her know that she's seen. Somebody loves her unconditionally. Somebody is always going to try to understand her. Somebody's going to always be patient in the way they relate to her, because I don't think my mom experienced that from people. Okay. Now she still, you know, listen. But I'm just saying, like, that's my girl. Okay. But let's change the subject because I'm getting emotional. So y'all, Raven Simone's wife says she has more money than her. Now, we talked about Raven Simone last week, and I told y'all that I felt like it's a race thing. And a lot of, you know, I saw people saying that, you know, people try to oversimplify the shit that I say, which annoys me because most of the things I say have nuance, meaning that there's like a chain of events that my mind goes through in order for me to come to the conclusion that I come up to. And then everybody, you know, it's like, oh, okay, now I get it. But I feel like sometimes I always have to like explain to y'all the step by step of my mental. I believe that all white people, especially American, are inherently racist. And inherently, because it's a socialization that happens so early on in their understanding of themselves, that once they go off in life, even if they choose to make decisions that act against racism, it is embedded. It is in them. It is subconscious. It's something that they have to unlearn. It's something that they have to actively think about. Because they are, I believe, inherently racist. You know what I'm saying? I'm saying inherently, but it's not inherently, y'all. That's not the right word. Let me change that. They are indoctrinated. They are socialized, but it happens so deeply. And I do feel like it's to a DNA level at this point because they are so serious about their racism. I don't even know how else to describe it, but y'all teach it to y'all kids in so many ways that I don't even think people know all the ways they're teaching racism to their kids, right? Miranda is around my age. Bitch, you grew up around the same time I did. You're racist. You're racist. I don't care that you're married to a black woman. And y'all, when I say racist, I mean somewhere in your mind, you view black people as so different from yourself that you will feel negative feelings about black people and you don't know where they come from. It's from the indoctrination of the racism. Okay, let me explain. I 100% believe that Miranda makes more money and it's probably from some rich white family. And that might be why she was so insulated that she's watching Even Stevens and she's watching Lizzie McGuire, but she's skipping over Raven Simone's show, which was the biggest of all the shows at the time. That's why I say you're racist. Because you skipped over the black show purposefully because you don't identify with black people, because you see them as different from yourself in such a large way that you can't identify with them. Boom. Cool. Once you see Black people in a certain role in your mind, even if you tell yourself you're not racist, you will expect for Black people to play a role in your life. She knows that Raven is the more famous one. But I'm guessing in the community or the world that she met Raven in, she's rich white Miranda. And so I don't know Black people like that. I know I'm rich white and I'm probably highly educated or some shit, but I know I have a pecking order in our entire class system that puts me at the top, regardless to the fact that Raven shows up in a certain capacity to us. To her wife, rich white lady, grew up in any way type affluent, Raven is still a BIPOC, non-white person, which means that even though I know she's famous, in my mind, my whiteness in my life usurps hers. So I can't really get jiggy with the fact that people see me as beneath her. And y'all, this is also mixed in with being married to somebody. And because me and my homegirl had this conversation, my friend is married to someone that's somewhat famous. My friend has always been around famous people. She works behind the scenes. But because she's not famous and well known for what she does, she will automatically be seen as that man's wife versus who she is on her own. We've had that conversation. Whoever the person is that everybody knows more, you just become their spouse. That's just what it is. But in her mind, because of her existence as a white woman, the idea that Raven would be actually higher than her in any space, she can't really see it. She can't really because it makes her feel bad about herself that you're not fitting into this role. So let's play this clip. But also I feel like, I don't know, when I said I don't know how long these people going to stay in a relationship, I said they're not going to stay in a relationship for long because there's literally a clip of Raven having these moments of, yes, I'm Black. Yes, as negra. As negro. Help me. As negro. Do y'all remember? Have y'all ever seen Queenie? Have y'all ever seen Queenie? In Halle Berry walks into the church amongst the Black people, running from the white people that didn't beat her ass because they found out that she was passing. And so she, as Negro, screaming that I'm Black to these Black people so they will help her, so they will see her as one of them. Raven Simone is going around on Black people's podcast with Miranda having exactly that experience. Like, just, oh my God, me and you, us, I am Black, never pawn my kids. She don't know. She don't know, y'all. I be trying to tell her, but she don't know. Like, and that is usually the experience that people have. Yes, Queen. I confuse it with the book Queenie, but yes, Queen with Halle Berry, Alex Haley back in the day. Okay, it was a made-for-TV movie. It was at least 3 parts. I've watched it several times. Okay? Y'all love me a good historical movie back in the day. That's why I can't watch no slavery shit now. I did it all in my teens, in my younger, middle school, young adult years. I watched all of the Black movies. That's why by the time I got into adulthood, I was like, enough. Like, I want to know our stories, but the way they are always so wrapped up in the treachery and the barbaric nature of slavery is so hard to deal with. But yes, Raven was all over the place. Like, as a child. Child. Let's listen to the lady sound.
Raven thought I was Jewish for the longest time.
What are you?
Not
White?
Jewish, just like a white girl.
What you mean she thought you was Jewish? Why would she think you was Jewish? Do y'all know each other?
I like you guys together quite a bit.
She was really bummed because she thought that in marrying me, a Jewish girl, she was going to get an upgrade.
I was marrying rich too, and then I found out.
Yeah, but you're rich.
I doesn't mean that rich as me.
Really? Wait, what? You're wealthier?
Yeah. Part of why I feel like I have to stand like 10 toes down about it and speak with my whole chest is because so many people think I married Raven.
Who's watching Niecy? Somebody's watching Niecy
just for money.
So
And
say
I don't know. Oh, no. I don't know why y'all would think that. Miranda, I never in my mind thought that Miranda married Raven for money. No. No. She married Raven because Raven is fucking cool. Miranda wants to be cool. That's why Miranda practiced, Maximus minimalist. You know what I'm saying? Which is like, I wear binary colors. I don't do anything extra, all of that shit. Okay. Oh, somebody said I might like a certain type of film. Child, DM me. Send that to me on my okay, at me or something. Email me, bitch. Okay. But yes, I'm sorry. Let them continue.
I didn't say I'm richer.
I do. That's what I just did.
So do it right here.
I didn't marry Raven for money. I'm richer.
So you married?
Yeah, I never thought that she married Raven for money. I think she married her because she wants to be cool. I think a lot of white people have an attraction to black people, or people outside of their race. They have physical attraction to these people because our bodies don't really care about our minds making up racism. Our bodies don't care about that. So your body will still be attracted to somebody, right? And then what happens is the socialization part kicks in. She is attracted to her, but black people are like we're cool. For white people, if you are with somebody outside of your race, you're rebellious, you're cool, you're standing 10 toes down, you're different. White people pride themselves on the uniformity of their lives, right? White people pride themselves on uniformity and just being bland and blending in a rich way, right? She wants to be cool. Being with Raven makes her fucking cool. That's it. It's not about money. It's about being able to feel good about yourself in a room full of bland white people who you yourself don't like. But you got a black wife. You got Raven Simone. You could, you know what I'm saying? Like that adds a cool factor. And the gay thing. You want to, because everybody always wants to be outside of their normal situation. Normal is whack to most people, especially white people. It's boring, right? How do you get out of the normal? You go towards the things that the people hate. They hate gay shit. They hate black shit. So you go get a black wife, light skin, because we can't do too much. But yeah, no, I absolutely feel like people go through different parts in their lives. I think that Raven might have went through a fuck these niggas era, okay? And when it got with a white lady, and now it's like, okay, this is too much. I went from one extreme to the next. Maybe I could find a medium. You know what I'm saying? The next wife may be BIPOC.
You married Raven because you're attracted to her.
Yes.
I married Raven.
It's so soggy it broke.
I married Raven because I'm really attracted to her, even her boobs. And she might remove them, and that's fine with me because I don't care. Raven thought I was Jewish for the.
I bet Raven has great boobs. Raven has always had great boobs. All right, let me see. That I just wanted to sit on that for a sec. Damn, I forgot that clip of Aaron Pierre, but that's okay. They don't have to be right behind each other, y'all. This is how Aaron Pierre is talking about Teyana Taylor. Let's listen. They're wearing matching outfits. I cannot.
Yeah, I think for me, in regards to this particular project, first and foremost, for me, it was always about serving Teyana and serving her.
This accent, child. This accent.
Serving her vision, serving her visionary spirit, her artistry, her creativity. I'm sure everybody knows this, but I gotta say it. Teyana is really one of one. You know me talking. People call me Mr. Diplomatic sometimes because I'm always trying to find a nice way to say something, but that's not even subjective. It's just objectively she is, right? So that was my.
First of all, he seems smart. Let me tell y'all something. Niggas that play basketball can sometimes be dumb. Niggas that play basketball can sometimes be dumb. Oh, I don't want to Eva, you know I don't want her to get married. I want them to enjoy the relationship. Be in a relationship. You know what I'm saying? Goldie Hawn the situation. Just be together. Just be together, bitch. Y'all ain't gotta be doing all of this. You know what I'm saying? Just be together, girl. Just love each other. I like it. I like the way he talks about her. The fact that he sounds smart to me. And I say that because I think sometimes when you're a woman like Teyana Taylor, you got with a man because you and a man had sexual chemistry. But something tells me mentally y'all were not on the same level. And that's why he had to, emotionally abuse you in a relationship, because he had to make himself feel better about the fact that y'all mentally were not on the same level. That's why he had to make you feel bad about your art until you didn't want to do it anymore. That's why you come out with the album as soon as you leave him, because essentially he was, I think, dumbing down, and she was dumbing down herself for him. She said that shit. So yeah, I definitely feel like being with somebody that intellectually, you know what I'm saying? Like getting with somebody that intellectually can get you, I think that might be even more sexy. So I love this for her. But I don't think it's a true lavender marriage, y'all. And the reason why I say that is because they are attracted to each other. They might both be bisexual, but they're attracted to each other. I just want to be clear. Lavender means that, one or more of the people is not actually attracted. We use that term too loosely. The truth of the matter is sexuality is a spectrum, and it is not always about that. Like, it's not always about the fact, oh, I like girl. No, it's not always about that. It's about the people. It's about the person. Everybody forgets that. You don't necessarily fall in love with a person's nether regions. You fall in love with who they present themselves to be to you. So let's move on.
So we were celebratory.
Let me tell y'all something. These two motherfuckers weird me out. Okay. Sky Black gets emotional while recalling the backlash he and his wife KJ Smith received for their wedding. People on social media made us feel like we didn't deserve it. I don't know. Let me just let him talk.
And so when you damn, I found somebody that I can talk to, understands me. I can actually I've cried so many times in front of my wife.
That's that foundation though.
Like when I tell you, I have cried. So Kate, that woman was my savior and I'm her savior. We look nice, cool, okay? We're fucking actors, we're supposed to. You know what I mean? But people don't, the real shit is that, I waited and I deserved this moment. And people on social media made us feel like we didn't deserve it. Mm-hmm. And it hurt. It's like, damn, I'm finally happy, man. And you want to share it. You're happy. It took me 17 years to be happy. So we were.
Red flags all over the place. First of all, what did y'all do to y'all faces? Y'all both decided to go to the goddamn doctor and come back looking like y'all look. And y'all faces look weird. I don't know if everybody making fun of y'all was about us feeling like y'all didn't deserve y'all's wedding, or us feeling like y'all was doing too much. Y'all are actors. Y'all have to ignore us. Y'all have to ignore us. Duh. You ignore all of the hating ass people that were making comments. Now, I wasn't hating on y'all. I do feel like y'all do too much, but it's because I feel like y'all think y'all have something to prove. That's what I think. But outside of that, was people really going in on y'all like that? That's so sad. And now you crying about it. It's given that you really trying to it feel like you crying about something else. Tyler.
Celebratory. And so when you damn, I found somebody that I can talk to.
And that's another thing. You wasn't happy for 17 years. Y'all saved each other. Yeah, that sounds like a toxic relationship. That sounds like a toxic relationship. I love y'all for real. But I'm going to tell you something right now. I need you to be a whole human being by the time you get into a marriage with somebody. Because if not, you are making them responsible for your emotions. You are making them responsible for your life in a way that makes them feel indebted to you. And that is unrealistic. That is toxic as fuck. And that is a way too heavy to bear. And you come off like, that lady probably got to walk on eggshells around you and your emotions. That's what this feel like. Just like that character he play on fucking Madam and them, All the Queen's Men. They changed his personality up on that show so goddamn much. I don't even know what to think or what to do. But him and old girl with the DJ, yeah. That relationship is toxic, and that reminds me in some way about, you know, what he might be like in a real relationship. I know they just acting and shit. But for some of y'all, we can't tell the difference between when y'all acting and when y'all telling the truth.
Understands me, I can actually, like, I've cried so many times in front of my wife.
That's that foundation, though.
Like, when I tell you, like, I have cried. So, Kate, that woman was my savior. Because, and I'm her savior. And I met the love of my fucking life. And I was like, now you're concerned.
And we can't even see that you have emotions because the filler and Botox in your face is making it, you know, we can't see you, nigga. We can't see
about your image. And then people have all this shit to say about your wedding. It's like, damn, I did my wedding my way. I just wanted to have a good time. And not only that, when you can't console your wife because she's hurting. So it's like, hot damn, I don't want you to hurt because somebody.
Y'all let the internet ruin y'all wedding? Man, turn the fucking comments off and say, fuck them people. Fuck them people.
Somebody else say out of the comment section, but
he
that
is
shit is
acting
real.
like gay Tupac.
Well, see,
And I met the.
No, I'm about to tell you what it is. Once you are on a Tyler Perry show, I think the lines between life and acting gets blurred. Okay, so these are two Tyler Perry actors, if y'all didn't know. The young man up here, Sky Black, he and KJ Smith down here. KJ is on Sisters, and Sky is on All the Queen's Men. He plays Eva Marcel's problematic, weird, controlling, abusive ass nephew that got out of jail. Like, we started the show by following his character onto the show. Okay. But either way, I mean, it is extra as fuck, but they are actors. Like, what's the problem? And he is walking like he got his titties out. He walking and, and the way niggas be like dragging their feet when they walk is so hilarious to me. Oh, everybody dressed in black. Oh, this was very dramatic. I love this. Like, why are y'all being made to feel that? Look, there go Madam right there. He got to kiss everybody. Yeah, just okay. Thank you. Enough. My God, today. It is extra. Is everybody ruined over here? So that was his family on that he doing all this with. And this was Tyler Perry playing this wedding. This looks Hey, yes. Okay, I forgot about all this. What's up? Them gods. Get in them gods. Broke off. Oh yeah. Okay, I'm gonna tell y'all why I'm cool with this, because I'm kind of extra as fuck, right? I'm extra as fuck. And if I didn't do all of this at my wedding, but if I wanted to break into choreography, bitch, I'm breaking out into choreography. You didn't have to come. You knew whose wedding you was coming to. They so fucking extra. Look at them. With the music off, they look so crazy. But they are actors, y'all. They're actors. And it does feel like Tyler Perry paid for and orchestrated this endeavor. This might have been at Tyler Perry house for all we know. I'm gonna tell you, there's definitely a video of us at my wedding doing some type of shit just like this. Me and this nigga rapping to each other. Like me and my nigga, we have songs. Like we have a couple of songs. Like we have, we dance to Sure Thing by Miguel. That's our song. Like we got together the year that song came out. That's our song. And then On the Run Part 2. I don't care, we on the run. That's us. Like that's our shit. And if you play that or International Players Anthem, if you play any of these songs, and they did play them at my wedding, me and this nigga gonna be rapping to each other. That is us. What is like? I don't know. I do feel like they was doing a lot, but they might have been on drugs. And then also wedding, like I've been drinking. Yeah, girl, we've been doing all kind of shit. We hype. We're hype. To me, I don't know why you would let anybody make you feel bad about having that much fun. And I feel like the only way you was able to let people make you feel so bad about it is because you was doing it for their validation and not doing it for you. I say, really, we just wonder why y'all look so different. Listen, because they look crazy. Somebody was in the comments, Botox. I'm being facetious, bitch. I know. My God. It's just pointing out that the cheeks look different. The cheeks look different. Matter of fact, I said it was so much shit to talk about. I'm only gonna do maybe two more stories and I'm getting off of here. Hold up. Sky Black. Hold up. How you spell it? Because the nigga name spelled all weird and shit. Okay. That may not even be that nigga real name. That sounds like a stripper name. Is this your stripper name? Let's see. It says Sky Alvesta Black. That's what they say his name is, child. That's what the fuck I thought. Born Alvesta Martin. That's what the fuck I thought. Nigga, your name is Alvesta. I'm sorry, y'all. That's hilarious. This nigga's real name is Alvesta. The hell out of here with this. That's AI. Hold on. I have to get a real before picture. Because the nigga looks so weird now. Where are the before pictures? All of these after pictures. Did y'all scrub the internet for before? Okay, this looks more. Yeah, hold up. What's the year on this? 2021. I need something from 2019. God damn it. Let me look. Hold up. Sky Black 20. Let's do 18. Let's do 2018. And still. Here we go. This is a picture of this nigga's real face. Hold up. Okay. This is a picture of his original face, y'all. This is his original face. Y'all see it? You got it in your mind? You see his eyes? You see the lines around, you know what I'm saying? You see he don't have, you know what you think of? Think of Jada Pinkett before and after. Okay? You know how they didn't have all of this. They didn't have these big old cheekbones. You know what I'm saying? Like your face looked the way it looked. You don't have no big old pronounced cheekbones. That's not what it's given, right? Then he went and did some shit to himself. Let me see. Now, hold up. I lost it. There you go. Now he looks like this. So it went from looking like this to looking like this. So obviously some lightning, you know, some eye bags, the lines. We got to get rid of these fine lines. And anywhere he had fine lines, anywhere that he looked like an actual person. And let me tell y'all something. This was such a huge mistake to me. This was a huge mistake to me. Because essentially, this was such a good looking man, right? Here, this is a good looking man. Do you know what's actually good looking about him? How his eyes sit. How his eyes sit. How the lines around his mouth sits. Like the things that he wanted to get rid of on his face actually added it added the good look to him. Like him looking human is what made him look like somebody that I would want to lay up under. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to lay up under whoever this is. I don't want to lay, like, you don't even look, you look like a robot. Like, you see how his eyes were? That was what was the most attractive thing about this man. His fucking eyes. And it's the way they actually sit. But once you go and get filler and Botox, now you don't have the same. It is giving Sinner's face. Nigga turned into a vampire. Nigga said he looked like he smelled like plastic. And I'm telling y'all, like, such a huge mistake. Because just such a good looking man. Such a good looking, like naturally good looking man. And I just don't understand. Like, I don't understand. I don't know who told you that something was wrong with your face the way it was, but they lied to you. Like, I don't know what happened. These look like pictures, before. Yeah, both of them. This looks like before for both of them. And as y'all can see, this is obviously a man that would be a member of what I like to call Tyler Perry and Carlos King's production company. I'm telling you right now, they need to join forces and come out with a joint production company that on one side does reality TV and on the other side does movies and TV shows. Okay, y'all already make the stories of the people on these TV shows like a reality show anyway. That's why this nigga crying to us. And then before that, y'all had the Val crying to us. So yeah, y'all making their lives like reality shows anyway. So I believe that Carlos and Tyler need to join forces and create Gay for Pay Productions. That's right, Gay for Pay Productions. If you need a young man with a stout chest and a strong jaw, always naked, always oiled up on camera, come to Gay for Pay Productions. If you want to see a beautiful yet insecure woman waste away while she supports said naked man, come down to Gay for Pay Productions. G4P. Gay for Pay Productions. Because that's what it gives. That's what it gives. I didn't say that's what was happening. That y'all should do this. Y'all should create Gay for Pay Productions. G4P. Just support each other. Not call today. Oh, girl. All right. So that was that. Let me see. Where do I want to go next? Yeah. It's so much, y'all. That's why I said, like, Lord, help me. Help me, Lord. Because I don't want to be up here all day. Let me see. Let's go to Jasmine. Okay. Why am I unhinged? I think that's a great idea. I want 10% on the back end. Tell me y'all don't, when they talk about Martell over there. Tell me that's not what y'all see when y'all see Martell and them. Whole bunch of niggas with tight ass turtlenecks on that barely passed the 6th grade. But they pretty. Ain't got not a brain cell, but they pretty. Charismatic too. A blank slate. Martell will probably be a great actor if he can remember lines. Now let's get to Jasmine. Jasmine Brown. Y'all, at this point, this is Jasmine's way of trolling us. This is Jasmine's way of staying on the blogs, because I think that what the what people in entertainment industry have learned is that as long as there is controversy around your name on the internet, you are relevant, which means people will care about what you have going on just by way of consistently seeing your name in a news cycle on blogs every 30 to 60 days. So with that, we get content creators that are knowing how to game the system, right? I post something that may or may not be true so that I can get a lot of engagement. This is what people like to do. I wish I gave a fuck enough to handle my social media like that. I probably would be making way more money. But I can't go against my level of authenticity to be up there talking about shit that's not real to me just for the sake of engagement. I feel like Jazzy is telling the truth, but I also feel like Jazzy is not going anywhere. So once you start to tell us the bad things, the things that we can insinuate are bad things about your relationship, this is like her, how many times? Like the first time after she had the baby, she comes out and says that she's not getting enough help. Then she turns around and gets pregnant again. The only thing that I can surmise is that even with her actively wanting to be there, she's willfully in this abusive relationship with Cam Newton. I still believe that she's in an abusive relationship, because that's the only way that I can understand why you would continue to put yourself in this situation when you are identifying the negatives. Once you understand having a baby for a man is not going to make him a better person. Once you understand having a baby for a man, it does not mean that he's going to help you. Once you realize that having a baby for a man is not going to make him marry you, why would you then have the second baby? Probably because it was against your will. That might be hard to believe, but I do believe sometimes that men purposefully get women pregnant and then guilt the women into keeping the babies, especially because she just had that first baby. That was her. That girl is 30 something years old and went through most of her life without having children. She knows how to not get pregnant. The reason why I think she had that second baby is because that nigga wanted to have that second baby, not because she wanted it. And I think she kept it because it feels like, I love my baby. My man is rich. Why not? He wants more children. I'm a maid, mattress, and a mule. I want to give it to him. Okay. Amen, Diva. Transparency moment is what she posted. If God gave me a son, I'd be so nervous because I feel like I'd subconsciously raise him to be a man I can only dream of, but never experience. And that's traumatic. So this is a very cute post, but essentially this is a slug. You threw a slug towards that bitch ass nigga. And I can only assume that you were throwing subliminals at your baby daddy who you live in the house with is because he done did something that done pissed you off. And you want him to know through virtue signaling that he is going to be a terrible example for the child that you may have. And then she talks about whether she gonna have a boy or a girl. All in all, I'm just praying for a healthy full-term pregnancy, labor, and delivery for me and my baby. Boy or girl, I don't care. I'm just praying for healthy. Everyone keeps wishing a son on me. They keep saying there's no love like the love from a son. And that gives me so much anxiety. Because what is that? Codependency. Codependency. When women say this, I definitely feel like it is because their sons are more codependent on them than their daughters. That's what I think. I think your daughters are naturally more independent. And while that is easier when it comes to raising them, it doesn't make you feel as needed. And what I've learned about moms, especially as they get older, they need to feel needed. If they don't feel needed, then they don't feel of value. And so they create these deficiencies in their children along the way, because if your child is deficient in some way, they're going to always come to you for help. And if they always come into you for help, then you can always play the role of mother in their life, and they're never fully getting to the ascension of adulthood where you are no longer needed in such a capacity. So yeah, I feel like a lot of boy moms, I feel like that's what they're doing. Like, I get it. At the same time, I had a girl niece and a boy niece at the exact same time. And the way my nephew was just so sweet and would come and put his whole mouth on your face and, adorable. My niece, on the other hand, was more independent. She, she liked me, but she didn't need all of that. Right. So what does that make you feel like? It makes you feel like the boy, is more, I guess, affectionate than the girl. But there are also reasons for that too. Her mama didn't like me. Okay? You was pregnant and you didn't like me, and now your child don't like me somewhat. She loved me to death, but she don't like me because of you, and then also because I look like you. That was God's revenge to me. One of the ways I think there's a God is the way that my sister and me was beefing when she was pregnant. And, I think I might have had my very first, altercation with her around right after she had that baby, because it was about a car seat. And I'm telling y'all right now, that baby looked just like me. And I think everybody is mad about it. I think everybody mad about it. I think her Paul side of the family mad. I think everybody mad about it, that nobody can look at Kaylee and not see me. Anyway, I'm sorry, I'm being petty. I don't look at the boys that way. I just want them to be kind, compassionate, well-rounded, well-traveled culturemen. Well, Erica, we know you're not the norm. Okay, we know you're not a boy mom. You're just a mom of some of boys. But we already know, girl. Okay, you ain't got to tell me. I know you ain't one of these. But a lot of these hoes, this is how they raising their boys, and then there's a difference, Also, I just feel like people get more comfortable with boys than girls, because girls be picking up on shit so fast. They pick up on stuff and then they reiterate it. Boys get to be dumber for a longer period of time. You ain't paying attention to shit. Okay, I've been looking around with real eyes since I came into the world. I've been knowing what the fuck going on. Ask me about something that happened in 1994. Okay. But yeah, y'all, I'ma pray for Jasmine over there in that abusive relationship, having children and shit. Cause that's sad. K Michelle is over there on Real Housewives of Atlanta, they say, and she is now activated. She said, okay, nice girl has exited the building. Bimbo. Bimbos are the loudest and most confident. Shut your face. I am my own person. I'll sit there and smile and clock it. I'm not with none of that bullshit. Now, I don't know who it is, but I'm telling you, it's probably three people. Shamia, Portia. I've heard Kelly. I'm surprised. But I can't wait to see it. Sounds like K Michelle is on her job. Why would somebody say bring Jocelyn? I'm gonna need for y'all to leave that hoe in hell where she is over there at Zeus Network. I saw one was that you, Diva, that said something about Bonnie Bella. I think I was watching your video earlier and you said something about Bonnie Bella. Child, every time I hear about that little girl, I just, I wonder. I worry. I'm not gonna say I wonder. I'm gonna say I worry. I worry about how she's being raised with Jocelyn as a mom. Cause see, I don't think people can compartmentalize. Once you turn out to be a violent, degenerate snake to everybody around you, I also feel like you are probably a terrible person in some ways to your daughter. And I also feel like we gotta see. She loves Matt. She's a smarty pants. Oh, that must mean who's watching the baby? Who's babysitting the baby? Okay? Who's babysitting the baby? Okay, somebody's watching the baby. The money must be going to putting the baby in a good school looking just like Stevie. They all look just like Stevie. Bonnie is doing great, Bondi. Sure. Sure. The reason why I say that is because what I mean when I say that is I wonder what life is like for her. Bonnie Bella speaks Russian too. That's amazing. So she's using the money to send her to a good school. That's amazing. That's amazing. But that's not what I mean. That's not what I mean, y'all. Y'all know what I mean. There are a lot of kids out there that looked clean or taken care of greatly when it comes to their hair and their education, and they were being talked to and treated like shit. Okay? All right? Scotty checks she doesn't follow Drew, Phaedra, and Kelly, I think. Child, it's a toss-up. I'm thinking it's not Portia. I'm thinking it's not Portia because Portia is going to be smart about this. And right now, Portia don't have a leg to stand on. Her beefing with K. Michelle may not be the route automatically. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, about the Bonnie Bella thing. Like, I just be worrying about it because to me, the way I see Jocelyn, there's no way that you just become a in control person all the time around your daughter. You know what I'm saying? When you are this way in real life. Bonnie is talking about holistic. Bonnie is talking about holistic wellness, mental and emotional safety, security, freedom of expression. Yes, all of these very important things that a lot of us are starved of as children. So yeah, that's what I really mean. Like, I mean internally, not when it comes like we all like, not we all, but I was one of them kids that you wouldn't have known what the fuck was going on based on my grades, nigga. I did great in school out of fear. I did great in school. I was very well taken care of. You know what I'm saying? So like I just kind of feel like her being good at school just means that she has somewhere to focus her energy on besides at home. Like I could always back that up. You know what I mean? I just be worried because I don't feel like things happen in a vacuum. I don't think Jocelyn can be on a reality show mistreating everybody's daughters and then be so great and loving to her own. I just don't, because when you look at it, she is playing somewhat of a mother role to those girls on that show. That's not her responsibility, but that is the role she's playing on that show, bringing those girls on to come up under her, for her to run them and tell them what to do and all of this shit. So it definitely gives, I be worried about the little girl, bruh. I be worried about the little girl, bruh. So let's get into the last story before I get out of here. Tyreek Hill's 17-month marriage ends in divorce disaster. I remember I saw them at one of my favorite restaurants. Well, it used to be one of my favorite restaurants, but they had the football game down here and everybody was acting brand new and it pissed me off. Like, I can't come in here and just sit at the bar in the back anymore like I usually do. That's very interesting. I love when y'all change rules when like rich people come in town. Like, like, okay, whatever. Anyway, I'm sorry. My feelings. I was feeling a way about that whole situation. Ex-Keita Vaccaro set to collect $20,000 to $50,000. I think it's $50,000. She's getting $20,000 to $50,000 a month in spending money in a one-time $500,000 check. It's not a lot. Plus legal fees, new car, exclusive use of their $5.5 million condo. While Tyreek covers the bills. The couple only made it 17 months before things went. Weren't they together a lot longer, though? How long were they together? Vaccaro, who filed for divorce in April after an alleged domestic dispute, no charges were filed, also sought access to Hill's debit card luxury Bentleys SUV, but the judge blocked those requests. The case has already seen 133 court filings as the two battle over spousal support and custody of their 7-month-old Capri. I doubt that he's going to end up paying this consistently. This is probably only for a small period of time. What you mean we told him? Let me tell y'all something, black women. Let me tell y'all something. Stop warning these niggas. Stop feeling like you can rationalize with men who don't give a fuck about what you got to say. They don't respect you. So they don't care about your advice to them. Because it's a whole bunch of y'all that do this. Y'all always want to say that, oh, we try to warn these boys about these girls that just want their money. And I'm like, what are these girls supposed to be doing? Y'all want these girls to go and get great jobs and all of that shit, even though y'all have built most of the society on get married. Find a man with money. The girls get married, find a man with money. He act a plum ass fool, cheat on her, put his hands on her, have the police called to the house, got the baby on the balcony. I don't know what the fuck was going on over there, but Tyreek is not well in the fucking head. And instead of everybody being like, well, you know, the nigga was crazy, everybody is like, oh, we knew she was a gold digger. I don't think there's a such thing as a gold digger. I think men with money know the type of women that they want, and they know that those women cost money. They're not going to dumb down what they want for themselves because that's not what they're taught to do. Women like her are taught by their mothers, you're beautiful. All you need to do is find you with a man with money. That's terrible advice, but it does sometimes work out to their advantage. Yes, the way they bully Travis Hunter and his girlfriend. Like, this is what people, this is what everybody is being trained up to do, and y'all only get mad at the women for it. Like, they're trained up to go and find these types of women to get into relationships with. Those women are bred to be taken care of by some man. Like that's what it is. I'm getting tired of y'all with this shit, acting like this is not what society is teaching everybody. The women are not, y'all are fighting right now to take back all of women's rights. Y'all are online right now with this fucking propaganda trying to act like women don't want to work just because y'all are overworking them. A lot of us like what we do. Surprise. Surprise, surprise. Surprise, surprise. I don't believe the lady, I don't think there's a such thing as a gold digger. I think that beautiful women who a lot of people covet their beauty get with rich men who they're attracted to. And those rich men know that they have to financially invest in those women. Like, if you're the pretty girl, you get with the young football player, you're attracted to this man. You want to fuck this man. You are with this man, not only because he has money, but because you want to fuck this man. I'm telling y'all right now. That's what I'm saying. I thought they was together for a lot longer than they were married. And that's how it usually goes. Y'all be together for a fucking decade, get married, 10 minutes later, y'all breaking up. Because you thought the marriage was going to fix it. And really the marriage only intensifies. Like, in my experience, when I got married, it only intensified what was already happening. Like, whatever loyalty, whatever pressure we felt to show up for each other intensified once we got married. And if you don't really fuck with somebody, that intensification is going to make you run eventually. And it's okay. Sometimes relationships don't work out, and that's fine. You got to sometimes do it in order to figure out that you don't want to do it, or you didn't need to do it with that person, whatever. Also, niggas can be ugly and women can still be attracted to them. That's another thing I'm getting tired of everybody like acting like y'all don't know women that's dicked out over ugly niggas. Broke ugly niggas at that. That's the funny part. Y'all will look at celebrities and come to these conclusions about them when the truth of the matter is everybody knows ugly, broke down niggas that's always got a coochie to slide into or a sofa to sleep on. Why do y'all only assume that women are doing it for money when there are so many women that are doing it for free? There are so many women that are going into debt behind niggas. There are so many women that are going to the doctor right now behind a UTI because a nigga was banging her up against the wash machine and the dryer in a good way, but not really. Like, it happens all over the place. You done fucked up the girl credit. You driving around in her car. They didn't make the movie Baby Boy for nothing, because there's always some man somewhere with nothing but lint in his pockets, but a coochie on his dick. It is insane the way y'all always act like when women end up in these relationships, they only wanted the man for the money. When the truth of the matter is, ain't enough of you niggas got money for that. And all of you niggas got an old lady somewhere. All of you niggas have access to coochie, but not enough of y'all got money. But somehow y'all have all online convinced yourselves that rich men are the only ones that only have women, and women are only with men because they have money and all of this. Man, look. There is always a woman somewhere that wants to be with a broke nigga. And there's always a nigga somewhere that wants to be with a woman that wants way more for herself than he's willing to give her or can give her. There's always a man somewhere that knows a woman is out of his tax bracket, out of his scope, period. And he's still gonna want her. He's still gonna try everything he can. He gonna lie. He gonna pretend. He gonna do everything he can do to make that woman think that he's the type of man that she wants so that he can have access to her. It's really that simple. And this man was very violent from what I understood. So I don't understand why everybody is talking about, oh, we should have warned her. Y'all should have warned her. Yeah, he got money, but he gonna be knocking you upside the fucking head and giving you STDs. Be safe. Cause a rich nigga will try to kill you. That's what it's giving to me. Yeah, he got money, but he gonna cheat on you and not wear a condom. That's the way to kill you. Then he gonna be putting his hands on you. That's another way to kill you. So yeah, right. He had a kid on her. That's what I thought. So she deserves everything that she's getting. And this probably won't be the final amount. $50K a month is a buck. Do you hear me? But he just re-signed, didn't he? I saw him out. Like that nigga just re-signed, I think. Jason Momoa, y'all, I just finished hearing people talk about how Jason Momoa sucked all the life force energy out of Lisa Bonet. I got to go back on TikTok and do a deep dive. I know somebody done talked about it. But anyway, y'all, yeah. So they breaking up. They going through a divorce and she running them pockets. And I'm not mad about it. I ain't sad about it. All right, y'all, I'm going to go. I'll come back tomorrow and we'll talk about all of the rest of the shit that I didn't get a chance to talk about today. I appreciate y'all so much for coming through. I hope y'all enjoyed the show. Please don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, share me with your people. Yeah. But I love you guys. I appreciate y'all. And I will see y'all later. Peace out.